Welcome to the Next Dimension Podcast, your portal to an extended reality. Every week we talk about the hottest topics in XR and let you join the discussion live on MRTV. And now, get ready for another exciting episode coming up.
Hi and welcome to Season 2, Episode 16 of the Next Dimension Podcast, your podcast that's all about VR and AR. And today with a very special, cozy little episode. It's only Steve, VR FlightSim guy, and me. Steve, how are you doing?
I'm very well, Sebastian. It's it'll be a nice show today. Quite relaxed and chilled out. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good too. I'm sorry for being a bit late. I was stuck on the road. And but now we're here, and now we can hang out a bit and catch up with each other while people are watching. I love it, actually. It's good. It's great. And we're going to talk about some interesting VR topics as always. So looking forward to find out what you think about the Aero update that we got and all kind of other interesting things. So, for all of you out there who are watching this show, probably for the first time and who don't know yet what this is about, well, this is a show that's all about VR and AR. This is being live streamed every Saturday at 9 p.m. Berlin time, 8 p.m. in London, noon in San Francisco, and 3 p.m. in New York City. And you can listen to this as an audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Google, Alexa, and anywhere where you can find podcasts. And well, if you enjoy this show, if you enjoy that we're here coming for you every Saturday, then absolutely give us a good review. Probably 5 stars would do the trick. That would be great. And simply get out your podcast app from your iDevice, find the Next Dimension Podcast, and give us a 5-star review. So today we have a couple of topics. We are going to talk about Medal of Honor for the Quest. I know, Steve, you have played it on the PC. Not sure if you've tried the Quest version. I've played both, so we can talk about our thoughts and everything. So this should be pretty interesting. Then we are going to talk about the Microsoft FlightSim. I'm a new fan, and VR FlightSim guy, Steve, is obviously a huge fan.
Just a little.
And there has been a new update, right? It's all about using now your controllers in VR, because before you had to have a keyboard ready, and probably that was a bit complicated. So really looking forward to find out what Steve thinks about it. Also, now that we're here alone, I'm going to go a bit deeper into the FlightSim topic, Steve. I want to know from you about how to start with it. I want to know if people should go for the G2 or the Aero, perhaps. And I want to know, I want to know from you, really, what's the best way to start with flight simming? You know, I knew it would fascinate me, but somehow I didn't know. What should I go for? Is X-Plane 11 the right thing? Is Microsoft FlightSim the right thing? Or there's even others, right, which are probably easier to get into. I don't know. I'm going to ask you all these questions now that we have the whole space for ourselves here.
Sounds good to me. Whatever, Sounds
great. Cool. Let's do this. I'm looking forward to that. All right, and other than that, we're going to talk about the new Varjo Aero Update. We're going to talk a bit about the Arpara. You're also going to get it, and probably you can already ask me some questions, and we can just...
Definitely.
You know what? We just hang out today. I like it. We just hang out. So, let's start with what we normally do. Tell us what you did in the last week or in the last couple of weeks, VR-wise.
Yeah, I guess I'll start, being there's only 2 of us. But what have I been doing? Actually, I haven't been on the show for about 2 weeks, so I've actually been playing quite a lot of Quest 2, weirdly. I've been using... I'm sure many people know this game by now. Walkabout Mini Golf.
It's so good.
It's the just best way to chill out in VR with friends. Like, I've got this friend who actually has a Oculus CV1, and we often play golf and just have a chat. And it's just really cool. And there's been a new map recently. And this is quite funny because I always feel a little bit smug playing the Quest 2 wirelessly, and he's like in his room with the wire everywhere and kind of like, the screen door effect and everything. But actually, There's a new map that's appeared. That's like a night scene. I don't know. It's like got windmills and everything. It looks
Oh, wow.
amazing. Sudden and oh yeah, and it's like this kind of like thunderstorm thing in the background. And suddenly he's having a better time than me because he's got an OLED panel in that
Oh,
CV1.
right. Oh, exactly.
And
Exactly.
he was saying to me like, "Wow, the blacks in this are so cool." And I was like, there on my Quest 2, just sobbing my eyes out. I was just, oh, that's
Yeah.
it now.
You're right.
So,
You're right. The black levels on the Quest are more grayish, right?
absolutely, yeah. And
Yeah.
you kind of forget until you try an OLED screen,
Yeah.
how much you're missing out on that. To be fair,
Yeah, that is actually the exciting thing about this Arpara, right? This micro OLED
I was
display.
going to
This
ask
is
you
like,
about that. Yeah.
oh man, really? I put it on and I did some through the lens videos, right? Half-Life Alex, you probably saw it, and I was like shocked to be reminded again how good actually OLED panels look like in terms of the colors,
Yes.
right? And then to have this kind of colors without the screen door effect of the early OLED displays, like in the Vive or in the Rift. Wow, it's I was honestly blown away. We're going to talk a bit more about this later, but yeah, really cool.
Yeah, I'm
OLED
really looking forward to
blacks
it. Yeah,
is
exactly.
good, are good.
I know we go on about it a lot and stuff, and you think, well, it's just colors, but colors
No.
actually matter, particularly
Yeah.
dark scenes. It really makes that difference. It really does. And I had a Vive Pro for a while. I was borrowing from a subscriber, and I was just flying, at night all the time in that because it's just so amazing to be, so immersed in those deep blacks. But yeah, other things I've been doing quite a lot, to be fair. But I've been playing Resident Evil on the Quest 2.
Perfect, man. You have to tell me
Yeah,
about it. Are we going to talk about it? Yeah, tell us now. How was it?
just a quick one. Basically,
Yeah.
I was a bit dubious because I've never played Resident Evil before, and I think everybody on the planet has, apart from me. So I was going into this from a completely different point of view because I'd never experienced it before. And
So you like growing up as a kid, you didn't have like a GameCube or PlayStations or what?
Honestly, I wasn't really much of a gamer growing up as a kid. Really, I think I had like a Sega Master System. I think that was my first ever console, which I love so much.
Yeah, me too.
And that was about it, really. But I mean, one of my first ever games I actually loved, and this reminded me of it because it was the same era as Far Cry. You know, the original Far Cry.
Yeah, I remember.
I think even the guy playing the main character in Resident Evil, it sounds like the same guy. I don't know if it is or not, but it was that type of era. Is it not?
No.
But, yeah, no. I don't know. It was just so good. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I was very surprised, considering it is a port. It feels like a port in many ways because some of the VR implementation, like when you climb up ladders, you don't actually climb up them. You kind of press the button and you kind of zoom up.
Okay.
And sort of knife physics, it's just weird. You kind of just got to do this, and then it's not compared to like Saints and Sinners. It's just, and the cutscenes as well, being in 2D were. I kind of got used to it after a while, actually. It didn't bother me as much as I thought it would, but there's a lot of cutscenes in that thing. There's a lot.
All right.
So, yeah.
So did you enjoy it or not so much because of that?
Yeah. I think overall, I mean, I've been playing it all this week, to be fair.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm kind of probably about halfway through now, probably a little bit further in. And it's my opinion about VR and standalone VR is changing. Because when I experience a game like Resident Evil, where it's a port, if I could experience Far Cry, the original one, in the Quest 2,
right,
that would be friggin' awesome. So if we do get some ports next year, it's not such a bad thing. I don't think that's such a bad thing, to be fair. To kind of like go back to the classic games, of yesteryear, because I think they're pretty cool.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So you enjoyed it?
I did. I enjoyed it. Overall, it's very, very good. Some, I won't go into any sort of spoilers, but there's some scenes in it that are like, whoa, that is just mad. Like some of the bosses you fight in it are just like so crazy.
Wow, man, you're going away from your flight sims. Like last time, last time you told me you played like Rainbow Reactor.
Yes,
you were like totally hooked on the game, man.
I can't believe it.
It's over, man, with the flight sims. Forget Explain 11.
I'm selling all my gear.
Yeah.
That is it. I'm just going to be a quester from now on, I think.
Right. You can be an influencer. Meta Quest Update 38 is amazing.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Right, in the Microsoft Flight Simulator world, we have that same thing.
Oh, really?
One thing changes, like you get one driver update or one thing changes, and everybody goes crazy on it, just kind of go crazy reviews. And I do find it quite comical, to be honest. But,
it is funny. It's so funny. I'm just looking forward for the next Quest update to have my YouTube spammed with all these updates, right? Quest update 36 is amazing.
To be fair, respect to you,
they are probably amazing or what?
They're not really that. I mean, to be fair, I did. I was quite surprised. The latest Quest 2 update, you can now see people, can't you? Like as ghostly figures. And
I also. It's pretty amazing. You don't think? What do you think?
I think that's cool. I was kind of throwing dogs into my play space, just bring the dog in, and I could just see their tails wagging and stuff. It's so funny. Yeah, pretty crazy.
You're right.
And Melissa, she played tricks on me. I was really into this moment in Resident Evil, and then she just walked into my play space at me.
Oh,
and I just literally my life flashed before my eyes.
Oh my goodness! I mean, wow, your partner is so funny.
Yeah, she thinks she is. That wasn't funny. I was like, oh my god, that was just crazy. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's a very cool headset.
It is actually really amazing. I should start to make those videos too.
No.
I was kidding, obviously. Of course, I was kidding, man. So funny.
But yeah, I suppose other things, like you can see the picture behind me, pretty cool. That's actually...
Oh, that's a picture? You're not standing inside of a field?
Right, yeah. I just happen to be at an airbase. That's where I live.
So good.
Yeah. Well, we did a community flight. I do these little community flights every now and then. And this particular aircraft behind me is the Hawk, a bit nerdy, but it's the T-Mark 1A Hawk, which all air forces around the world use, not just the RAF. And it's probably the most, famous of them all and very successful. Well,
the Germans, we also fly this? Or we are not allowed to fly anymore since everyone is afraid of us.
No, we're not afraid of you here. We love. Tell you what, the Brits.
Really, because we are. Yeah,
we do.
We are very nice now. Like no more wars. We're
no,
good
not
now.
Anymore.
We have enough. We have enough now.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, anyway,
I have the feeling we're gonna have a good show.
Oh hell yes! And I'm just having a cup of tea. I'm not on the beer yet either.
Yeah, I have just started here with this.
But to be fair though, this aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator, the developer Just Flight, they were making this aircraft for about 18 months. They go to the location, they, photograph all of the sort of components, exactly like the cockpit and everything. They talk to real world pilots. And we actually had the chance to talk with the developer. I interviewed him whilst we all flew together in the sim in VR. And it was such a cool experience. And this was just a little sort of screenshot one of my subscribers took of us, kind of like we just landed there. And I just thought it was such a special moment. So in fact, a few of them are in the chat now. Paul, Sven, Uva, yeah, they're all in the chat actually. Hello. So, yeah,
hello, chat.
You guys.
Oh, the beer's not rotating. Oh, that's why. That's what something was wrong. The beer was not rotating. Sorry.
I left mine out the fridge, so I'm just putting it in the fridge to cool a bit before I have it. But
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, cool. Talking about just to get back to those companies who make those planes, I think it's pretty fantastic actually that they do this. I mean, how close to the real thing is it? Like, I mean, I don't know. You have probably not flown the real one, but from the pilots who fly those real planes, is it down to how the thing controls?
That's a great question, Seb, actually. And I think one thing that has, over the course of flight sim in history, really, just the aircraft are getting better and better, and the standard and expectation from people buying these aircraft are getting better and better. There's always some dodgy ones out there, and generally I don't really show them on the channel, to be honest, but Just Flight are definitely one of the leaders in that sort of field, and they did release an aircraft called the Piper Warrior, and I've flown that in real life many, many times. And I've landed it a few times with the help of my pilot friend, because I'm not a PPL holder, but I've flown it a lot. And I compared it to their version, and it really, in terms of the numbers and the flight modeling and sort of the behavior, very, very close. I mean, you could always, it depends. There's other developers out there that haven't come on the scene yet that will raise the bar even more. But if you're talking of, say, £20, £25, or even £30 just for literally an aircraft that has been in development for 2 years, And real pilots have been obviously testing these out, and within the constraints of the sim itself, they are very, very realistic, extremely realistic, down to
That's cool.
the sort of idiosyncrasies that you probably wouldn't even expect of some of these aircraft. So you're
Wow.
getting your money's worth, I think.
I think $30 is a fair price. If it really feels like you are in that plane that probably you always loved, or you really wanted to fly it, and then we have those unbelievable headsets right now, like the G2 or the Aero or the 8KX. So it's fantastic. We're living in good times.
It's the golden age, honestly.
It's really good.
I think
it's really good. We're lucky.
Yeah, it's an amazing time, really.
Yeah,
and,
agreed.
Yeah, very, very cool indeed. But yeah, I've been flying. In fact, for instance, I've probably got about 40 hours in this Hawk already.
Wow.
So if you think about a VR game, you spend 15 hours, 20 hours in a campaign. Well, probably not even that. 10 hours probably, and you spend £30 on a game. If you think of it that way in terms of the hours, I'll be flying this in years to come and still enjoying it. And they're updating it all the time as well, and that's like that for a lot of the aircraft. So yeah, pretty cool.
That's fantastic. That is really good. Yeah, nice, cool. So that's what you've been doing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a few things really. I just actually want to quickly say something.
Oh yeah, please. We have time, man. We have all the time in the world.
This is nothing to do with VR at all, but I think this is something everyone needs to know in the comments. Basically, on Sunday night, I had a bit of an emergency in the house. We had a carbon monoxide leak.
Oh man!
Yeah, it's been going on for a bit, and we got the alarm sound, and we got the gas people out, and they were waving this thing around like it was something like the Ghostbusters, like just doing this. And you got to get the house. It's bad levels of carbon monoxide, and we had to get checked at the hospital and everything.
Wow.
So we're okay. Everything's fine. I'm still here. I'm still as crazy as ever. But I just want to say to everybody in the comments, please make sure you've got a carbon monoxide monitor. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's really important, because that thing saved our lives. Actually, the gas man said without that, it would have been a worse outcome. So,
my God.
Just want to kind of point that out as a bit of a. Make sure you've got that alarm. They're only about 15 quid, and it might save your life one day. So.
Wow, this is really good advice. So it's like the ones that are on the top of the thing, right? Is it the smoke ones, smoke detectors, or another one?
I mean, this
special one, right?
Yeah, specifically for carbon monoxide, which you cannot smell.
Okay. Good point.
You could be breathing it in and just have no idea, and eventually, you kind of you could pass out, and obviously the worst could happen. So. Just literally, they're only little things, and everybody should. And yes, check the batteries. Whoever said that in the comments, yes,
that makes sense. Yeah,
definitely. So yeah, just on a lighter note, and I'll stop talking. I did actually surpass 15,000 subscribers.
Oh man,
so that's just really amazing. I don't know how that's happened. So thank you so much to everybody.
That's so fantastic. That's so great. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You have absolutely deserved it, because you are a very cool and sympathetic guy, and you make amazing content. And I'm so happy that we know each other.
Me too, absolutely.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, honestly, only because of this VR YouTube thing, we get to know each other, and we get to become friends. And we're going to one fine day, we're going to meet each other and have a beer together. So
yes, definitely.
I drink on you. On your 15,000, man. Cheers.
Thank you very much. I'll drink my boring cup of tea, but I will have a beer soon. But
but I'm telling you, 15,000 this is just the beginning. You will soon get to 16,000.
Fair. Yeah, it is. Because the thing is, I don't say this whole thing of please like and subscribe. I don't have.
But you should say it. It works.
I find it a bit irritating though.
It is a bit irritating. The whole YouTube thing is a bit irritating.
It is really, to be fair. Why are you doing this? No,
it is irritating. Like the stupid thumbnails where I don't know. Where the headset. I also make them. Like me, I'm there, and then I'm like. It's super irritating, the whole thing, honestly speaking. And then like everyone says the same thing, like, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell button. It is super funny, but honestly, some things you really have to make, you have to do in order to get some people to subscribe to your channel, right?
I don't know. I just feel it's just a bit, I don't know, cringy. But maybe I should. I don't really like. I'm not much of it. Well, I say I'm not much of a salesman. I guess some people disagree because people have bought headsets because of me. But I don't do it on purpose. It's just if I love something, I'll just show it.
That's the beautiful thing. People can tell that you really love those stuff, and I hope that they also do with me. I think yes, they also right. Totally. They know like I love that stuff, and then people enjoy that, I believe. And for your channel, man, it's just the same. You are a sympathetic and authentic guy, and if you like. Yeah, you are, man. And if you like something and you like to share it, then people also want to have it.
It's a simple thing on my channel. If I'm excited about something, it could be anything. Like sometimes I'll stick a game. In fact, I stick some bike videos on there. Sometimes it's just a bit of fun, really. But in terms of VR, it's definitely it's got. I can't believe it's got this far, to be fair. I think it started with a Reverb G1 video. I was messing about. I had my motorcycle helmet on, and I was just going, this is it, and just being silly. And I think it reached like 10,000 views in a week. And I thought, whoa, that's mad. And I did a few more, and it's like, and you get a bit of a bug for it, and you get to meet people. And it's a great, there's a lot of things that I love about doing it. But I certainly won't, I don't see myself doing it as a full-time thing, but it's too stressful. I couldn't do it.
It is a bit stressful sometimes, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But here, Sparky Sven says, you too push Varjo to make the Aero. It's true, actually. We helped.
We both
right?
did, to be fair.
We did, yeah. Don't forget, it's true. I mean, so many people watched our videos, and we were excited. I mean, I'm still excited right now when I look through this, and I think people could feel our excitement. I mean, it was very easy to feel that. I think one video, my first video, I started with, "Oh my god!"
Yes, you did, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, you're right. So then people could feel that excitement, and it's great that the company kind of like picked that up from the 100,000s of views and the likes, and now people can buy it. Yeah, we'll talk about this later. But honestly, Steve, I'm telling you, I do have the feeling if you just keep on doing what you're doing, and you could make this a full-time job.
Oh, I don't know, Seb. I find it a bit a bit scary to do it like that. I do love what I do already. My career, I do enjoy it, and to be a YouTube, I'd like to do it for say a year, just to try it. Just have savings, and then I can just try it. And if it doesn't work out, it's fine.
You're right.
But it's just you don't really know where things are going to go with it. It's too uncertain for me personally.
No. Okay. No, Steve, let me tell you one thing. There is no uncertainty with this, because the thing is, we are only in the beginning of this whole VR thing.
I believe that, definitely.
I'm telling you. I mean, come on. There will always be people who love video games, and it's just going into the VR direction. And what you're doing with flight simming, it is just fantastic. Even I got into it. Normally, I just play more like Alex and stuff, right? But I could really tell, like, if I had more time, I would probably only sit in that Microsoft Flight Simulator, man. It's true. It's just so good. It's just so cool to fly that thing, because in reality, wow, if I still want to become a pilot, I believe it's like 10,000s of euros to pay for that license, and it takes lots of time, and it's very dangerous, and I cannot afford like a jet yet, even though I'm running MRTV. so it's really like it's kind of amazing. And why should people suddenly stop to do that? I don't think so. It's going to be the opposite. And you, like, being now one of the prime guys for VR flight sims, are you kidding me? The only way is up, my friend.
Oh, that's very kind, Seb.
No,
I
it's
guess
true.
We'll just see how things go, really. But I do think you are right with the VR thing. I mean, today I was doing some Christmas shopping, right, and I went into a game store that we have in the UK. And I haven't been in one of them for years. And the first thing I saw was
like toys, or what is it?
No, sorry, like an actual gaming store. So it's
okay,
Xbox
yeah. Okay, we have also have them. Like
and the first thing I
GameStop
saw,
or what? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Quest there, and then there was like a separate thing to say games and VR as well, which is a bit weird. But the fact it had VR there in that game shop, I've never seen that before. It just shows you that it is starting to really gain traction, and that excites me. Of
course. We are still at the beginning, though.
We are.
The curve was very flat in the last 5 years that I was making MRTV, but now it's the hockey stick is going to start soon. There's no question about it. And we're here. So I'm telling you, Steve, there's no uncertainty. I know it's a bit like crazy to do this jump, and you don't need to do it right now. But I really believe you just keep on doing what you're doing, and you will at one point suddenly feel that you earn more from this than from your day job.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out, really. Tricky one, really. I think if I ever did do it, I'd probably do it like 2 to 3 days a week, my normal job, and then
if you can do it, if you can do it as well.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because obviously once it becomes your job, then because at the moment, sometimes like this weekend, I've been flying in the Varjo Aero, and I haven't made one single video.
Okay.
And if I did it as a job, I'd be thinking every time I'm flying in VR, I have to make a video, and that to me.
But actually, you feel like this, and
must be the same for you.
Okay, let me think. Yeah, like I was playing this Medal of Honor on my Quest at home, and I was not streaming it. And then I thought, like, come on, let me just stream it. And then I was streaming it to my German channel. Yeah, you're right. You always feel like you want to create some content.
Exactly, that's the thing. Because
you're right.
It's hard for me. Like, sometimes I'll have the most amazing experience in VR, and I'll just think, I really want to show this on the channel. I got to go, and I kind of say to myself, no, just enjoy it for me. Just leave that alone for a minute and just enjoy it. And I think you have to have that there to keep the passion going. Otherwise, it will take over a bit.
Yeah, right. But even though I'm doing MRTV, I can still enjoy some VR without streaming it. It's not that I always need to create content. I think it's still possible that you can enjoy it. And even though I'm doing it for a while now, I still just enjoy VR. I'm still excited about the technology. If there's some new stuff and it's even better, it makes my hobby or my job now, if it makes VR more exciting and better, I'm still super excited about it. Yeah, anyways.
It is. It's a very exciting time for VR.
It's a cool time.
I feel things are chinging, and I do think part of that is because of Meta. Now we're going to, obviously, it's kind of like the necessary evil for me personally, without going into it. I don't want to do that. But
Meta Quest update 37 is unbelievable.
Big shock face, thumbnail. That's it. You got that.
You know what?
You got that right there.
I'm going to make one video for fun. When the next update comes out.
That is amazing. Please do that face. That's hilarious. You'll get
it's going to be my most successful video ever. It's going to be like 100,000. Like, wow.
It is. It's so. That is exactly how.
I will do it for fun. Don't forget it, people. When I make this video, it's going to be for fun. Okay.
Brilliant. Well, I suppose. Yeah. I mean. That we have the same problem in the sim world. You have people that just literally the littlest thing, and they will make a massive deal about it, and it'll be like a 2-minute video.
Okay.
But the thumbnail will just show. Yeah.
What do you mean? Do you want to say that you have competition in the FlightSim VR YouTube channel?
I'll never see it like that, because I think at the end of the day we're all passionate about it, but there is that about it. Say if there's one setting that's changed in the sim, then that's it. Everything's changed. That's the most amazing thing for that day. It gets a bit silly, to be honest, sometimes. But it's all part of the YouTube thing, though, isn't it? At the end of the day, so I guess that's what it's all about, really.
Right.
I tell you what, actually, I've been talking to you, and I want to know what you've been doing this week, Seb.
Okay.
What have you been up to this week?
Well, look, we thought we only make a 1-hour show, and now it's like 30 minutes, and we even haven't started with anything here.
What have we even spoken about? I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, here, gaming science teacher says exactly, and I will do that face, and then there must be red arrows pointing to something that you don't know what it is. Oh my God! I will be super. I will make 100,000K video.
You will, absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm so excited. My glasses start to have some. I don't even know how to say that.
Steam.
Steam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steam VR. They have some Steam VR on it. Yeah. So what did I do? Well, I connected the Aero again. Yeah, because
Yes,
yes, really.
definitely.
Oh man, it's really good. It's fun. It's so fun. And no, actually, I didn't collect it at my place. I went to a fellow German content creator to his house, and he's also here in the same city like me. And yeah, I let him try the Arrow
Oh
for the
wow, cool.
yeah for the first time for his first time because he's also a VR content creator and he really wanted to see it. He had seen the VR3 before, and you've seen him probably here on my channel. His name is Marco, and he also has a VR YouTube channel, a German one called New VR Tech. And yeah, we also did this kind of experience report here on the channel where he talked about his experiences with the Arrow. And I love this content. It's very long form. It's like we spoke for like 1 hour on the thing, but it's super interesting, in my opinion, for people to see like normal people.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, exactly.
I don't
Yes,
want to say that Marco is so normal because he's also an enthusiast.
I know who you mean because I've seen him before and he's very
Yeah,
knowledgeable. He knows
yeah,
his
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Actually.
absolutely. Same like us. He's also totally into it, and yeah, it was simply great to show him the device and to get his feedback and to let him talk about his insights and his experiences because it still is something special if there's some other guy talk about it, not you and me,
Yes.
which is of course great that we do that, but it's still great to have like somebody new try out the headset with some new pair of eyes, I would call it, just like to find out what they think. And it was really cool to see it. And if you out there are interested to get the Varjo Aero, perhaps, if you're an enthusiast, then absolutely check out this experience report because, well, he talks 1 hour about the device and probably you can learn something about it. So this is really cool. And actually, before Corona, I had this business here, right? The MRTV experience, where I sold tickets for people to come to my office here, to the MRTV headquarters, to try out all the headsets. And after those sessions, I always made this interview, the MRTV experience report. And people in Germany, they really enjoyed this kind of format because normal people get to talk about the headsets that we talk about like professionally, right? Like I talk about those headsets professionally, right? So probably I'm so into the topic that I don't even see something anymore. Or for me, something is normal, but then like fresh eyes see something different. And I love that format. And hopefully I can reopen the experience someday again. Right now here in Germany, the Corona cases are spiking. It's really a pain in the butt. So yeah, right now it's not a good time.
Yeah,
I think
it's gone
in
a
the
bit
UK
crazy
too, or
no, we're
Okay.
well. There's a bit of rumors going around that we might have some sort of lockdown over Christmas again. Which,
oh no, yeah, same here.
which
Yeah, that's
yeah,
terrible.
and I know Austria has just closed its doors. Actually, yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was today or yesterday,
exactly.
and Norway as well are restricting people in the EU. Of course, we're not in the EU anymore, but that we won't go into that. Yeah, so it's looking like it's getting a bit. But it's going to, of course, it's winter time. It's going to
Yeah.
get worse a little bit.
Right.
But yeah.
Right. So it seems like I will postpone reopening this MRTV experience until it's gonna get better. But right now it's really bad. Oh my god, this shit, right? This shit is
Oh,
so
I know.
annoying. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Anyways, what can we say? Yeah. Anyway, so I went over to my friend's place, to Marco, and he checked it out. We made the experience report, and before that, actually, I was uploading some through the lens footage of the Arrow, and I did so in 4K this time because my actual review of the Arrow was not in 4K. You could already see how good it looks in my through the lens videos, which were not 4K, but I simply wanted to upload them in 4K so that people who have a 4K screen can really see it by themselves just how clear that is, the device. I mean, how good it looks. I mean, we know it, right? It's just
Yeah.
like a dream. It's just so beautiful.
It's so hard to describe it to people, isn't it? When people are just watching you experiencing their headset. And the first time I put it on, actually, and I recorded it, I thought I've got to record these first reactions. It's hard to kind of talk because I'm too amazed with what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
It meant so much to me to have a screen like that for me for flying, that I just thought, yeah, I've got to say something here. So and I was just totally taken back by it. But yeah, it's very difficult to describe unless you experience it yourself. Absolutely.
Man, you were even getting emotional in your video.
Honestly,
you were like, you're so close to crying, man.
I had a little bit of grit in my eye.
little tear in your eye, yeah.
And that was totally genuine. I actually didn't. I re-uploaded it at the last minute with that bit in it.
I loved it, man. I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. But I just wanted to show that I think I was echoing a lot of people's feelings. People who've, been in this VR thing now for a while. They want that experience, especially for that incredible display, to the point where it just doesn't become an issue anymore. For the first time, I mean, I know we'll probably talk about it, unless we can just talk about it now, but it's just there's no issues that are disrupting you from the immersion of that screen. So just to feel that was just very special for me, and to think it was coming from a company with their background as well. Just a very special thing. It's not perfect. The headset is not perfect by any means, but it's an incredible screen in that thing.
Oh yeah, and those lenses, man.
Scenarios. Oh yeah, they're absolutely incredible.
Oh man, really, so good. Yeah, right.
Actually, yeah, I think some people, like Sven said, I had a couple of comments saying people actually cried watching that part of the video. I thought, oh no,
really?
I meant to do that. Sorry about that. But
that's so funny.
Yeah, it's quite funny in a way, really.
But I really liked it, and it was so funny to see our videos and then to find out that we both said the exact same thing. Like talking about the VR3. Is the Aero better than the VR3? No, it's even better. Or is it right? Is it as good? No, it's better. Yeah, we both said it, and we didn't talk about it before. I had no idea. I had no idea what you were gonna say. You had no idea what I was gonna say. It was absolutely. We both just said the same thing about the device.
Honestly, when you said that, because your video went live before mine, and I just thought, oh no, people are going to think that we kind of like planned to say that or something. But
yeah, right.
I promise you, it is better than the Varjo VR3 for the use case where
right.
For consumer use, it's perfect for that.
Oh damn! Really, I'm just a bit sad for those users who bought the VR3. A bit. A bit. It feels a bit.
Agree.
I mean, there's not so many. But there are some, yeah. Greetings to the Discord group, to the Varjo Discord group. I know that you're watching this probably. They're great people.
Time in there, but
great people.
I think the thing is though, the VR3 still has that hand tracking, which is exceptional, like really, really good.
Can it be used for something?
I think in the not so distant future, I think there's going to be some sort of flight sim that's going to use it more natively. I think maybe Aeroflight FS3 possibly, or maybe DCS. I don't know. I think something's going to happen eventually with that. But and of course, you got that OLED screen in the center. I'm not sure if that will ever be compatible with Steam VR, but you never know. Yeah, right. So it does have some special features over the Aero, but I wouldn't buy one over.
But it's so heavy. It's so heavy now. Now that we're used to this one, right? It's like
Honestly, every time I pick it, I can't believe how light that thing is. It's so light.
Do you still have the VR3? Like I had to send it back.
No.
You also had to send it back. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Right.
I don't miss it at all. I'm not sad.
Me neither. But I'm still so sad for the people who bought it. Anyways, let's start to talk about flight sims then. Let's talk about the news that Microsoft Flight Simulator has a new update. So before, for Microsoft Flight Simulator, there were absolutely no virtual reality controls. But it still worked very, very nice in VR if you had like the flight stick, right? Because finally I played it with my flight stick and the thrust, and it's just like a whole new game. Obviously, right? It's much better than playing it with your keyboard and your mouse.
Yeah, never
it's ridiculous. Yeah, I did it in the beginning just to make the Through the Lens videos, but then I really, really used that beautiful flight stick, and it's just so much better, obviously. So, but anyway, still, whenever I played, I had to have the keyboard there in order to still press on some things, right?
Yes.
So tell us, about the new update from Microsoft Flight Simulator. What has changed? Can I use it now completely with my VR controls? How would that work? Is it a good update in your opinion?
No, it's a terrible update.
No?
Actually, it's a terrible update.
How is it possible?
Yeah, and I actually feel for Asobo. I don't think it's so much them as it's Microsoft, and probably the pressure they're putting on them. But these updates are coming too thick and fast at the moment, and they don't have time to be able to squash, bugs and really beta test this correctly. And it's such a shame because I can see where this is going. In fact, every update, I always end up thinking that in my head. I can see what they're trying to do, but it just hasn't been executed correctly. And then there's these stupid things that happen, these stupid bugs. And unfortunately, Sim Update 7, which is what this update is no different in terms of sort of the, some of the issues, really. And as soon as it dropped, it was like 16, 17 gigabytes. It's always a huge update.
Right.
And things just break all the time. I feel sorry for, developers like, the ones who create this aircraft, because they put so much heart and soul into it. And then as soon as an update out, it literally breaks everything. You have to go back to, square one again, which is, it's difficult. It's challenging, but I understand that this sim is incredibly complex. It's a massive achievement. I mean, as a piece of software, this is monumental. It's an absolute, revolution. I can't say that enough.
So you like it?
It's incredible. It's all right, yeah. So what I'm saying is, it really is a very challenging thing to get right. And of course, there's always going to be problems, but some problems I don't get at all. Like, for instance, the menu system, it's kind of the menu system at the top. At the moment, that does not work at all. You can't use it in VR. With the mouse or with the controller. It's just like, why?
So what to do?
You can't. Well, there is a few workarounds. I've got a little video on the channel where you have to press Control and 0, which is so random, and try doing that with a VR headset on. You're like, hang on, yeah, brilliant, there we go. Which then changes your view, so you're looking in the back, and you're like, oh, completely wrong, and then you have to recenter again, and then maybe the toolbar will work for a bit. Then sometimes it won't.
So strange.
Sometimes the menus get stuck in your face like that, so you're flying along and you've got this massive menu, you can't move it around.
Okay.
And it's just, come on, Asobo. We can't be going through this every time. And each update, these things keep happening. And I don't, it's just frustrating, to be honest. It's very frustrating.
Okay.
Because, as I say, what they're trying to do, I love it. I'm a massive, I couldn't be more supportive of that sim and what they've achieved. And I just feel like these silly little things there need to be a better beta period, a better process of, just testing this stuff out. Leave it a bit longer. We don't need updates. Whether they're just worried that the interest is going to drop with the sim, and that's why they keep getting these updates. We don't need that. We're fine. The core group of simmers, and obviously with the Xbox release, there's plenty of us in there that we're in this for the long haul. So just please take your time. Give it a couple of months before each update, get things right.
That makes sense. So probably there's not enough quality control before they pump out those. Okay.
Yeah.
That's strange, though. That's strange. They should. I mean, they are a big company. They should be able to do this. But anyways, you have not told us what this update actually should do, other than that it's bad. But
I mean, it's not all bad. It's basically, I mean, it's Microsoft Game of the Year edition. So there's 8. No, is there 8 new aircraft? Yeah, or 5. I can't remember now. But there's like the really cool jet, and there's a few other bits. But obviously, the main 2 things are it's now got DirectX 12. People were there was another video from simmers going DirectX 12. It's going to be amazing. We're going to get like 50 FPS more. Yeah, shocked face. And that face is hilarious. It's making me laugh. You can tell you're a YouTuber. That's exactly the face. I try and do it, and I just look really fake, so I can't do it. But really, it's just a platform. DirectX 12 is an API that's going to set the stage for things in the future, like perhaps DLSS, although I'm not sure that's ever going to come to the sim, but it'd be nice. Maybe ray tracing, although I hope that doesn't come to the sim as well, because there's no point in a flight sim, to be honest, really. Yeah. Do we need that?
Okay, you're right.
And of course, better stability. But of course, VR controllers is the big thing we want to talk about. VR
Exactly. So does it work now? Can you use your controller in order to go to the knobs and do the things that you need to do?
I tried it first in the Quest 2 with the controllers because I thought I want to try it with the better headset in terms of tracking, So I thought I'd try it with that first, and there's absolutely zero haptic feedback with the Quest 2 controllers. So when you touch like all the buttons and you kind of mess around, you don't feel anything through the controller. And I know that might be a little minor thing, but that needs to be sorted out. It's different though with the G2 controllers. Interestingly, it works better than the Quest
really?
2. Yeah, I thought it'd be the other way around, if anything, but I guess it makes sense thinking about it. Because they are optimizing the sim for the Revo G2 anyway, so I guess they're working on that more. But even the first time I tried to use the controllers, they didn't even work. It didn't even work on any of the controls because basically you have to change the mouse to, from legacy to lock mode, which I didn't know until I checked my Discord because those guys are amazing. Then it starts working, but it's really clunky. I mean, the whole point about a VR controllers, without going off on a tangent too much, but is that when you're in a cockpit, say like the Hawk here, or say a massive Boeing airliner or a little Cessna, you're reaching around, and it's like muscle memory. You remember that the valve for the fuel is over here. You've got the GPS over there. You've got your transponder over there. You've got the overhead panel here. So you're doing this instead of doing this with a mouse, which is kind of crap. You're actually reaching around the cockpit like you would in the real thing, and every cockpit of every aircraft is completely different. So that means that it's a proper immersive experience. Sounds cheesy, but it is, because you've got the visuals, you've got the physical movement of doing this everywhere, and kind of getting the gear might be down here.
It sounds much better. I mean, this is really the part that I didn't like so much, that you have to go with a mouse to these things and click it.
Yeah, it's
so now it's better. So now you can do these kind of things.
No, it's not better though. This is the confusing thing.
Yeah, but why is it not better? It doesn't work.
It just doesn't work very well. I feel like the movements are just really, like, you've got to be like so precise to get where there's no what's the word, room for error, and it's kind of jittery. It doesn't always work very well. But I do feel that there will be an update. There'll probably be a hot fix they're working on as I speak this. And I do think, as I say, I see where this is going. And I think over time, it will be amazing. But if you compare the VR controller support to, say, X-Plane, it's just completely different. X-Plane, the way they've done their controller support is just absolutely... And they nailed it first time.
Much better.
Yeah, they absolutely did. But at least they're trying. I don't want to be too negative, guys. I don't want to be too negative.
So what is the difference between the X-Plane controls and the Microsoft Flight Simulator controls?
You've got, you can teleport around. You can move around the airport, and you can move around the aircraft with the thumbstick. You've got really precise sort of vibration, haptic feedback. You can really feel, like, say, if you're dialing in the altitude on a autopilot, and you feel that click. Every click, you feel it in your hand. And it's just so precise. And that little laser thing, it's unobtrusive, and it just works really well. They've kind of copied that to a point, but it just does not work very well at the moment. And I am the biggest VR controller guy in the world when it comes to flying. I've decided not to use them. I've gone back to the mouse.
Okay, wow, that's bad then.
For now, until a hot fix gets released. And I'm sure it'll be
Microsoft,
fine.
listen to this man. Yeah, he went back to the mouse. Impossible.
I just don't know where, because they have beta testers. They have this period.
But it's not you, obviously.
This being picked? No, I'd love to be part of the team, but I don't think they'd enjoy me being part of the team. To be fair, because I'd be a bit too what's the word, direct.
But that's what they need. They want feedback, right? They would need you, Microsoft. Yeah, if you're watching this, here's your man.
Yeah. Please feel free to email me. They think they will after what I've just said.
Perhaps yes. Perhaps they will still do it. Yeah.
It's one of those things. It will get better, and it will probably, the next time you ask me about it, I'll be like, there's been hotfix 1 and 2, and now it's feeling much better, and it's really good now. But at the moment, it's a work in progress, of course.
Okay, got it.
And but it is, when it's done right, it really is amazing to be able to reach out and do that. Aerofly FS2 is a good example as well. You can actually, the controller's a hand in that, isn't it? And you can kind of like pinch your hand,
Yes.
and then or kind of flick buttons with your hand. That's what we need.
Yeah, but it's not hand tracking. You still use the controller, right? Yeah,
that's correct. Yeah,
so,
it's not hand tracking.
So how about hand tracking? I believe in DCS there is hand tracking implemented, right?
Funny enough, I've got this today, which is the Pimax hand tracker. I've got this.
Ah, perfect. Yeah.
So
I don't get anything from Pimax anymore. And you get everything now. I should not have introduced you to them.
It's because it's because of the thumbnails I'm making these days. That's why I have to these shock faces. It's working really well for me.
Okay, yeah, I'll try. No, but I'm kidding. They will also send me something again. So keep on going. So So with that device, you can really do like a DCS with your hands.
It's not quite plug and play. I think you have to mess around with a few files and Leap Motion. You have to download that. There's a few things I need to learn, so I'm going to be doing that tomorrow.
So it's not plug and play; it's more complicated.
No, not for flight simmings. No, flight sims like DCS. There is, I think, it's Sweet Viver. I think he posted a video recently of him trying it in Microsoft Flight Simulator as a controller, but with your hands. So I might try that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be quite cool to do that. But
nice.
But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where hand tracking goes, really, in terms of just in general, because I do like to, I mean, obviously for just normal games, VR games, a controller is always going to be better. But I think for flying, I get it. I think when you've got a massive yoke, a HOTAS, you don't want to have a controller in your hand as well, thumbling around. It'd be nice to just use your hands, brush the controls, do whatever you need to do. I like that idea, or even maybe some haptic gloves or something. That would be quite cool. VR. In fact, someone just put that actually in the comments. But like gloves, why is it taking so long for someone to make haptic? I mean, you'll know this more than me. So
I have some here, really good ones with feedback, but they cost like 10,000 of euros.
What is it? What is it that's making
it's expensive?
Why is this technology so expensive right now? Still, I don't understand what the reason is.
It
will trickle down eventually.
It will come down for sure. But anyway, Steve, now that I have you here, and now I can ask you any questions, I would like to know, what do you think for somebody who wants to get into flight sims, VR flight sims, which VR flight sim should they go for?
Okay, this is not going to make me very popular saying this, but I'm not going to choose Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm actually going to choose Aerofly FS2.
Okay, tell us why. Tell us why, and what makes it the better choice for the VR flight sim beginner?
Because it's all about that VR experience and the flying experience, and that's the thing that's going to suck you in is flying. And it be completely painless. You're not going to have issues with frame rates, because obviously I'm used to it. I can fly at 20 frames per second in VR and be okay, but most people will probably vomit, So it's all about just having that first judgment of flight, and you're not going to get that in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You're going to install it. You're going to put a VR headset on, and you're going to have pain. You're just going to have issues. So the best thing to do with Aerofly FS2, it runs at pretty much native resolution. You can probably get with fairly, decent hardware, or even a mid-range computer, you get between 45 frames and 90 frames per second very, very easily with that sim. So all you need to do is just focus and enjoy flying in amazing places, because Aerofly FS2 is still a beautiful simulator.
Yeah.
And get it on sale though, because it is a little bit pricey.
How expensive is it?
Is it about 30 or 45 pounds or something? I can't remember.
Okay, but that sounds okay for all the hours that you will get from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can remember actually that you made quite a few videos with the G2 in Aerofly FS2, and I can remember where you made a video and said like, hey, you know what? I can even make Aerofly FS2 more beautiful by setting up a higher, what was it, the ratio, the super sampling ratio. Yeah, you were like super excited about it.
You've got a good memory actually, and I did a live stream when you. I remember you.
I was there.
In the comments. Yeah, I
exactly.
That. It was a Reverb, maybe either the G1 or G2, I can't remember. And I super sampled the heck out of it. I
Yeah, I
super
know.
sampled it to like twice the amount, and the sim still ran really well at like at least 45, 50 frames per second. And you can imagine what the G1 and G2 looks like super sampled that much. It just like, whoa, that looked amazing. And you can fly over Austria, over America, and it's just a very chilled out experience. And once you've, I don't know, put 20, 30 hours into it or whatever, then maybe you'll have the bug and you'll know what you want as an experience for VR. That you'll have an idea of what it should be like. So when you go to Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is like obviously way better than Aerofly, but in terms of the hardware that's needed to run even my 3090 struggles, for God's sake. So you need, at that point you have the bug, you know what it's supposed to be like. If things don't work out, you're not going to be put off completely. That's what my advice would be.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, great to know. Great to know what you think about it. Great. Yeah, cool. So now I would say let's directly go to the next topic here, because it also has something to do with enthusiasm and flight simming. Let's talk about the Varjo Aero for a moment and the new update. So probably you have watched my videos out there with my fellow content creator, German content creator Marco, talking about his experience with the Aero. And in general, he really liked it. And he said like, wow, it's so light. The same thing. It was exactly the same reaction that we had. Do you remember,
so
Steve,
cool, yeah.
when we have received it, the Aero, right? And before we had the VR3, which we both really liked, just like you could feel the weight. It was also not uncomfortable, actually. I also liked it. But if you did like this, you could feel, right? You could just feel there's something on your head, something substantial. Let's say it like this. And then we got it out and we were like so overjoyed how light it is. I can remember we were talking like, do you also think it's so light? And you were like, yes, it's so light.
I thought mine had missing components. Like,
yeah, me too. Like, oh God, they forgot to put something into the headset, right?
Yeah. I could pick it up just with my thumb. I think I showed in the video. Like, I was just doing that with my just banging off my thumb. It's just crazy.
It is really lighter.
Yeah.
And then also,
brilliant.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, and then also, like for the VR3, you have two cables that would tuck down somehow, and now we have one cable. And yeah, look at this. This is really light.
You can see just by you doing that how ridiculously light it is.
Exactly, I can do it here with my little pinky finger. It's really light. It's cool. Yeah. So he also liked it, and in general he liked it. But then, of course, there's still some warping going on, right? In the peripheral vision, like when you look around, you can still tell that it's not perfect for the distortions. I mean, it is some kind of distortion, right? But more in the peripheral area. The one in the picture, like the barrel distortion, in my opinion, they'd already fixed it, and also Marco couldn't see it. Anyways, why I talk about this, directly after Marco left, or after I left Marco because I was his guest at the time, we got a new version of the software, of the Varjo base software. And that is really great to know. And Varjo, actually, they keep working on that distortion profile and they keep working on that software. And they even told me, okay, you can try this out now. And you got the same one. We both tried it out. Right? We haven't talked lots about it, so I'm looking forward to find out in detail what you think about it. But it's simply good to see that they keep on working on that and keep improving it, and that they don't say, okay, that's just how it is and it's good enough. No, they really, really, improve it. So I tried the new update, and I first want to know what you thought about it.
Oh, you're going to ask me first.
Yeah, I asked you first, and then I will tell you about my experiences. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I haven't shown a video on it yet, but I have been using it quite a bit.
You want to make a video about it?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I can say it now, so people don't have to wait.
Yeah.
The first thing I was quite taken back was the field of view. Like I was like,
yeah.
hang on a minute, it's definitely big. And I had to kind of think, am I imagining this? But they've done some magic with the field of view. I don't know if you agree with that, Seb, but just
Totally. I was like shocked. I'm so happy that you also saw it.
that's a relief because I wasn't sure about that one. I thought maybe is it just me being, like, I don't know, just imagining it or something. But no, it's very impressive. I mean, it's 115 degrees horizontal, but if I compare, say, that to the Varjo Pro 2, which it feels as good as that, if not better than that, actually, in terms of the horizontal field of view. It definitely feels larger than it was before. Absolutely. And I was quite taken back with that, actually. And I just wish they had that software in it when a few other people tried it, because I think they would have been more impressed with it. Of the YouTubers, because it's had a bit of flack for the field of view thing, and I mean, compared to the G2, it's got a way wider FOV now.
Wider. I wouldn't say like way wider, but
No,
I can see, yes, it looks wider now, I think.
Yeah. I honestly, back to back, I definitely think it's the horizontal, but the vertical field of view is still not as good as a G2, I don't think.
It's true, but I really had the feeling that it's also better now with that update. And
cool.
let me tell you why I had the feeling. The thing is, before in the software before, the area that you see, like the shape of what you see, right? For let's say for the Quest is like very homogeneous, like kind of roundish or oval, right? And for the Pro 2, it's a bit strange, like a rectangle, right?
In fact,
and for this here before, it was like on the top, it is rounded, but down it was kind of like flat or like straight,
Is there a way of showing this on the thing? If I send you, because I've actually got two pictures.
Okay, show me.
Of the stencil, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Is there a way of I can?
Oh, did you? Oh, really? You made a picture about this even?
Well, it's just basically how it's shown in the mirror, but it gives you a really good representation of what's changed.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, that is good, because that is simply what I felt, that this has changed. And if you have some pictures about it,
shall I?
What do you? Yeah. Okay. Or
on
Discord,
send it on
right?
the Discord. Yeah, I'll just send it as a picture on Discord, and then you can just show it. So that's what it looks like now.
Wait. Or you can share your screen as well. You have the share screen functionality here.
Oh, that's kind of cool. It's all very clever, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very clever.
How do I do that? I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, downstairs, in the bottom of the screen, there's like share screen button. You can click it.
Oh, this
can
might
you find
take too long. Oh yes, I can. There it is.
Okay.
Right. Now it won't let. Hang on. Right. So if I press that button there, hopefully I'll still be here when I do this.
Yeah, it's okay. We're doing this on the fly. No problem.
There we go.
Okay.
Share.
Yep.
Right.
Can I share it? No? Do you want me to share
it? Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
You have closed the porn tab?
Yeah, it's gone now. Right. So if you look at this screen here, can you see that? That's what it looks like now.
Okay.
And this is what it looked like before. Hang on. Can you see that? Yeah. You see how it's like basically like an oval shape. In fact, I'll crop that. I want to get another one. Sorry, you're going to see all my screenshots now of Microsoft Flight Simulator. There we go. That's a good example. You see there, like basically it's rounded. So
this is now or this is before?
That was before. This is before. I've cropped loads of these. That's really annoying. I kind of want to show you it. Yeah, that's a better idea. There we go.
Okay.
Can you see that there's a lot of real estate that could be there, and it's just kind of being, you can't really, especially here with the vertical field of view, you see at the bottom there. So that's the kind of image, give you an idea.
Okay.
But now it's like that. So you can see there it's a lot wider.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know.
I mean, it's a bit of an image. I mean, it probably won't show you very well, but it'd be probably best to measure it. I think that'd be the best way of doing it. But
but you know what? Actually, like I did measure it, and then I had the same values. However, I also felt like there is more now that I see. Probably, Yeah, right. It's just there's more. It seems like there's also more on the sides and also more, especially down in the bottom for me. For me, in the bottom before, somehow it was not as homogeneous as on the top. For me, it was like on top was okay, and then kind of like too early it stopped the picture for me. But now I have a more of a homogeneous kind of like FOV, and it just appears to be bigger for me. It just looks bigger. So yeah, it's great. It's really like surprisingly better.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not going to be. It's not like I start a Pimax now. Like,
No,
oh my God, it's amazing.
no,
But
no.
I would take this any day over a larger field of view headset with a more not squashed. The pixels not so dense, so you're going to get those pixels over a larger area, and so it won't be so sharp. I think the field of view is more than adequate. I think.
Yeah, adequate. That's probably the right.
It's not sensational. It's not going to blow you away.
No.
This clarity is going to blow you away, not the field of view. But you're not going to think about it and go, "Oh no, this is
right."
I don't like it.
But it's great that it's better now. So I think if you come from a G2 or from a Quest 2, you won't feel now like, oh no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
This is like, yeah, okay, it's just okay. It's adequate. That's a great word. But it's not worse, and that is good already. Yeah, cool. Really good to know that you had the same feeling. Was like, okay.
It'd be interesting if we disagreed on that, but no, I thought we might do. To be fair, I didn't think you would think the same.
I feel the same.
Well, it actually shows you, doesn't it? That's interesting. Yeah. It must be true. It's gotta be.
Exactly. Yeah.
I also noticed as well with the software that you get a higher resolution. This is something I need to look into a bit more. Pardon the pun. But instead of having the values in sort of like percentages of the resolution, it's now highest, or whatever it is.
But this part I didn't like it. In my opinion, I liked it that they had before the real resolution written down there, and now it just says like high, or like what does it say, like standard, higher or highest or so, without giving us okay. Close all the tabs that are inappropriate.
If you don't feel, I have got like literally hundreds of tabs open. Like my own Discord group. It's terrible, really. Right, here we go.
Yeah.
So, never done this before. It's quite exciting, isn't it?
It's quite cool. It's pretty good.
Very sad.
Pretty good stuff going on here on the Next Dimension podcast today.
Right, I don't know if you can see that or not. But, that's the Varjo base.
Yes.
And this is the tab here we're talking about. So
now it sucks. This part sucks in my opinion.
So high is default. What does that mean? Is that the actual native resolution? Very high and highest. I'm guessing that's native.
No. I think highest is really the one where the panel looks the best.
It does, but it tanks frame rate like crazy.
Yeah, of course.
And my dog just hit his head on the door. What a crazy.
Oh.
My dogs are crazy. Yeah. So I don't know about that one. I've actually emailed Varjo about that.
Yeah, I'll also give him my feedback.
They're not sure that if they're going to continue doing that yet, whether they're going to go back to the other.
Oh, they should. I will totally give them my feedback as well. I will tell them, bring that back with the numbers, because I want to know with what kind of resolution am I using that headset now.
I don't think there's anything else. By the way, motion prediction for people, because I get asked this all the time. At the moment, it's not being supported by. Well, I don't know whether it's supported in Steam VR or not. I don't think it is it? But I know for definite for OpenXR, for Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's not supported yet, but it's going to be. It's definitely going to be, and I can't wait to try that out.
Yeah.
But to be honest, as long as you get about 35, 40 frames per second, it's not too bad. And I know a lot of people out there don't even like motion reprojection anyway. So it's
still a nice feature in my opinion. So I really want to have it. I mean, I can remember also like how good it was. There was like supported for the Microsoft, right? For the WMR headset for the G2, right? The 30 FPS motion smoothing, right?
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, when I say it doesn't matter, I think for flying, for general aviation stuff, it doesn't matter. But if you're going to be flying in DCS, or if you're going to be race simmers like Project Cars and Assetto Corsa and all the other ones, and obviously like Half-Life, and you're going to need smooth gameplay. It's because you're going to be moving around a lot more, so that's essential. So they need to get that in the software. That's really important.
Yeah, right.
But that is coming in an update at some point, hopefully before it goes, live completely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but anyways, let's keep on talking about what changed. Did you see something else change for the new update?
Well, for me personally, chromatic aberration is still a bit of an area that needs to be looked at. Pardon the pun again, but it's better. It is better than what it was, but it's still there. But it's not.
Agreed.
It's never been
I also
something
still saw it.
that you've seen it as well. Yeah. And the way I can describe it for me, say if I'm looking if I'm in a cockpit and you can see the frame around the cockpit, I can see a tinge of blue around the sort of the top portion of the display. And as soon as you look up, it goes completely. So it's just around the fringes of the display, but it's honestly, genuinely, it's not something that bothers me that much, but it is there. I think there's some work to be done there, to be fair. But
this is really software. I think I'm confident they should be able to fix that. So you're right. Yeah, right. Yes.
Did you saw the same thing as well? Then that's good to know. But I mean, I think it's actually the virtual desktop's quite a good way of seeing it, because you've got your square of your virtual desktop, and on the outer edges of the square you can just see a tinge of blue.
Right.
It's nowhere near as bad as when I first got the headset. It was quite bad at the top, and this is why I'm quite excited that it is software that hopefully that will sort that out, because they've already improved it already tons, so I think it's just a case of getting that right profile. But apart from that, I think that's about it really, for me, in terms of what I've noticed. I think, really.
Yeah, then let me tell you what I saw.
Please do.
Yeah. So for me, from my visual experience, first of all, the FOV, I told you already about it, but also the warping, in my opinion, got much better. So there is still warping. Yeah, you also saw it?
I forgot about that. Yeah, but
so that is warping is when like distortions in the very peripheral areas, as in the stuff moves kind of different or faster. Like if you're holding a magnifying glass, right, and you look through it and then you move, then you will also see that at the outer edges it moves faster. The world moves faster than it is in the middle. So that can kind of get you out of immersion, right? And I feel that this part got smaller. It's not so affecting me as much as before anymore. And in general, it's also less than before. It was quite visible, right? This kind of distortion.
The VR3 was, I thought.
It was. So that is like very much improved right now. So they've improved the FOV and they improved the warping, which in my opinion is like really good.
Very cool, yeah.
Yes, you also saw it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I forgot to talk about the warping, but yeah.
Great. And then also before, in my headset, I had on the very edge, I don't even know how to say that, some strange black things. It looked like in the pyramid there is something wrong, but it's also gone. So I thought it was, we talked about this before, that we both had it, but it's gone now, this problem. Can you remember?
Yeah,
you also had it? Yeah, it's totally gone.
I sent you a picture.
Yeah, you sent me I was like, what? I had the same thing, like what is this dirt?
Yes.
But this is completely gone now. So it's great. I'm really happy that they keep on like making this better.
Absolutely.
Right?
If you consider this is just beta, it's just another software iteration. There's going to be a lot more yet that they're working on. And this is the first update I've had for the software since getting it, and it's already a lot better.
It's really cool. And
so they know what they're doing.
And we're still like 1 month away from the headset being sent out to the people who ordered it, the first ones. I think, right? Are they still on time with that? Are they still going to send it out on end of December, or is it already like postponed?
I haven't heard any delays.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know when they're going to actually send them out, whether it's going to be December
or
but I think February. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think the people who order now, they will get it only in February. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Right.
I feel for everybody, really, because it's just fun. It's an amazing
good.
headset for what it does, really.
Yeah, really. It is expensive. There's
It
no
is.
question about it. It's not worth it. I mean, I cannot say it so generally, honestly speaking. For some people, it will be worth it, right? Even just looking a bit better than the G2, it will be worth it for some, right? But in general, if you look at the bang for the buck, then the G2 is still the winner.
Yes. In fact, I've got a video out coming soon of that very thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Because, you know, the thing is, I consider this as it's a thing that someone who would, it's the kind of person who would buy it would be a hobbyist, and then, you know, it would be an investment to their hobby.
Right.
You wouldn't, but
Agreed.
you wouldn't buy it to play Beat Saber. I mean, you might do.
I do it. Yeah, it looks so good in it, man. Come on. Yeah,
I'm
the
sure it
blocks
looks
like,
great.
oh, so beautiful. Ooh.
I'm only jealous because I'm really, really crap at it. I don't know how people do it. It's
Yeah,
just all
it's-
confusing, and I get all yeah. But you know, the Quest 2 has far more features than the Aero, but that would
does,
be missing the point completely. This
Yeah.
is a very specific headset. I kind of see it as like a tracked focus, like sports car. You wouldn't take a Ferrari to do your shopping. You'd take
You're right.
You'd take it'd be awful. You would go over the speed bumps, you'd get stuck. You'd probably reverse into one because of it's too much power, and
Right.
you'd use it, but it'd be great around a track, and that's the whole point of this headset. It is
Totally
a very
get it.
focused headset.
I agree. That
and-
makes
yeah.
sense. That makes total sense. So now getting back to the FlightSim, to the FlightSim topic. So, Mr. VR FlightSim guy, which headset is it now that you would suggest people to get for flight sims? Is it the G2? Is it the 8KX? Or is it the Aero?
That's such an interesting question,
Right?
Seb, and
That's why I
get
asked those.
that a lot.
That's how I
It's a
roll.
good
I
one.
ask those good questions.
First of all, what's most important to you guys in the chat? Field of view or clarity? We don't have a headset right now that has both. Not to the level of the Aero anyway, or even the G2 actually, because the 8KX isn't quite as sharp, I don't think, as the G2. Although the 8KX has a better sweet spot, so it kind of almost you get more real estate with that screen. But if you had to pin me down to one headset, I would think for most people it's definitely the Reverb G2. It's definitely it. It's got to be
for the money, and for the clarity that you get for the money, for the bang for the buck, right? That's
Totally.
the word. That's how you say it.
You know, I think if anything, I think headsets like the Aero have made the Reverb G2 even more compelling for people.
Yeah,
Because
it's true.
it's still a great headset. I use it all the time. And the clarity is still exceptional. It really is. Nothing's changed since my review.
Totally agreed. And it's actually comparable to the Aero. It is not there, right? Because it doesn't have the aspheric lenses and the huge edge-to-edge clarity. But in terms of the clarity, it's still there.
I said in my review, imagine that center sweet spot, which is very tiny, admittedly, but the small sweet
Depends
spot. Depends
on how close you are with your eyes to the lenses. I still don't have the problems with the G2, but yeah.
No,
anyway.
well, I don't, if I'm honest, but I know a lot of people do. But that center clarity, imagine that, but over like 80-90% of the whole screen.
Yeah, that's why it costs €2,400. Yeah.
But it's still honestly, it's still way sharper than the Reverb because of the far distance, and that's probably due to the lenses. You know, like when you look really far out at, say, I don't know, a scene like mountains or something, or blades of grass, or perhaps like in a racing sim when you're looking at that sort of apex of the corner really far away, or in a flight sim where you're looking at the enemy bandits. You can see them more clearly a lot further away. It's not just about the closeness of the clarity in the cockpit, it's also really far away distances that really shocked me the most. And I said that about the VR3, and it's the same with the Aero here for me.
Okay, right. Yeah. The G2 is really good. And then there's even the updated version, right? Which has better tracking. I haven't tried it yet. I'm so looking forward to try it out, and obviously to test it, to review it on the channel, right? But to have that G2 with better tracking, and then also with a face gasket that would allow people to get closer to the lenses so they don't have these issues with that sweet spot and the edge-to-edge clarity. Wow. And I'm really wondering, is there anyone out in chat right now that has the new G2 and could tell us about it? because, well, I haven't tried it, and the same with you, right, Steve?
I would love to try it. I
Same
was
here.
almost tempted to email HP whether they've got sort of a loan unit I could borrow just to test it out, because it does
Right.
sound intriguing.
It sounds super intriguing.
Yeah, because of that face gasket, and of course, just to be able to plug it in and for it to work, for God's sake, because even in my system, it can be very temperamental.
Exactly. So this is great.
Yeah.
So here, Stu, my friend just got it. Stu,
Tell us more.
How did it go?
Has he still got it?
Yeah, hopefully, probably. Yeah, because now you get it with a new cable. You plug it into any PC, and it's going to work, right? You don't have the controller tracking, like not having that small volume downstairs and upstairs, or how you call it. Like, like it sounds so good.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And the face gasket allowing people to get close to the lenses. I really, really want to try it out. I mean, I loved the G2, the first one. I didn't have those issues, right, when I tried it. But now with even better everything, wow. I really want it. And the price is just good. If you compare it to the Aero, for example, right, or the 8KX, it's a great headset.
The thing is that, yeah, go on, sorry.
and I'm really happy that you can tell that HP wants to stay in that game. Like they see the mistakes they have made with the cable, with the face gasket, with the tracking, and they're rectifying it. And that tells us, okay, they take this whole VR thing seriously. They want to stay in the game. They want to make a great reputation for themselves. And I like that. I really like that.
I really hope that there'll be a Reverb G3 at some point, maybe next year or the year after, because I just think if there is something
that
like
would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Maybe like with a 6K, like 3K per eye, with a 120 degrees field of view, just keep everything the same as it was before, but just
exactly.
It would be very exciting to see that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend the Reverb G2 as a sort of value for money versus clarity versus performance as well, because it performs really well in all the sims. But there's no denying that there's a new kid on the block in terms of the clarity of the Aero. It's unsurpassed. I don't think it'll be surpassed for a long time. Manufacturers are chasing resolution a bit too much when it's all about the lenses. I think the lenses are the most important thing.
Lenses are so important. And it's great. It's simply great that we have another high-end option on the market that is so good as the Aero. Really good. And in terms of lenses and in terms of new kids on the block, well, there's also this here, right? The Arpara, which has totally surprised me. Like, look at this. This is so light. And when you get it, when you unbox it, it looks like this. It's so small. Like this is like crazy. Nothing, right? It's really like nothing. And then I turned it on in my unboxing for the first time. There was not played. That's real, and it worked. I connected it to my phone with USB-C, and then I saw my phone screen hovering in front of me in virtual reality with the perfect blacks, and I can see no screen door effect, and it's so beautiful. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God. This is the future, like micro OLED with those pancake lenses. Because, well, the pancake lenses, they are some type of clear lenses. Very, very similar to what we see with the Aero, right? It's not the same thing, but also in terms of no God rays, yes, same thing.
Wow.
It's freaking amazing. It's freaking amazing. And you're also going to try it on your channel soon, right?
Yes, I'm really excited that I'm going to be getting a... Yeah. I am so going to do that in the video now. That is it. We'll have to compare, but,
It's going to be the new thing on the channel.
Oh, God. But yeah, it's on its way right now. Hopefully, I'll get it soon. And I'm very intrigued to see what I think about it, I guess, basically, and how it compares. And Seb, how does it compare to the Aero? Is that?
Oh man, it's like how would I say it? The thing is, it's tough to compare because now I only get like 60 hertz refresh rate on it because I have the wrong cable, right? they are working on the new cable, which has DisplayPort 1.4 and which is going to go out to people who back this. But right now I have a DisplayPort 1.2 cable for this, and that's why I'm kind of restricted to this 30 or the 60 hertz. And it's not so good, It's just like it's playable, it's all right, but it's not so great. So it's tough just to make these A/B comparisons, because this looks beautiful at 90 hertz and it's wonderful, right? But this does look beautiful at 60 hertz, like beautiful, and it's like surprisingly close in terms of clarity, because you have those high resolution displays in this as well, and then you have those OLED blacks. So I must honestly tell you, in terms of black levels, this little thing here, which will cost like $400 or $500 in the Kickstarter, it looks better than the Aero in terms of the blacks. Really, it's just OLED. The thing is, this is not using this mini LED superpowers yet, right? If this would be using the mini LED dimming zones, then this could also have perfect blacks. But so far, no. So right now, I must keep it real. This looks better in terms of the dark colors. And I showed these Half-Life Alyx scenes, the dark scenes in this one level. It's kind of dark. And it was like a whole new game. It's just like, wow, these are real blacks. And it's like mind-blowing. Like I said in the beginning of the show, it's like mind-blowing how different OLED blacks are compared to LCD blacks. It is just a huge difference. And yes, the blacks are good now on the G2 and on the Varjo Aero and on the Pro 2, but it's still not real, no light blacks. And to see that again with no screen door effect now is mind-blowing. Because we saw these real blacks on the Vive, on the Rift, on the first ones, but we had the screen door effect, right? The resolution was simply not good enough before, and now it is. With perfect lenses, no lens glare. Honestly, I was shocked how good this is. And then it gives you even like a normal FOV, like Quest 2 FOV. So yeah, it's cool.
That's what shocked me the most.
Yeah,
the
me
field
too.
of view.
Because the lenses look so small, right?
Exactly. They look tiny, obviously, because of the technology behind it. So for them to have, 90, 95 degrees or maybe more, that's it's okay. I mean, it's not mind-blowing again, but it's for the form factor that you're getting there and the OLED levels of blacks. I think I'd be quite happy foregoing some of that field of view. I'm sure that they mentioned in their next version they're looking at increasing that field of view even more as well. So that's very
cool.
exciting to see what's going to be happening there.
And yeah, coming out of nowhere, right? It's so cool. So are they going to send you the same device, the tethered one, or are they going to send you the all-in-one, the standalone one?
Whatever that one is there, that's what they're sending me. So
okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, so
I don't know much about it at the moment, but yeah. So yeah, I think it's going to be that. Obviously not? Is that tethered? When you use it? Or?
Yeah. This is tethered.
So,
there's here's the USB-C cable, and this is either connected to your phone, or they're also going to send you that bad cable, or if you're lucky, already the new cable, and then you can connect it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to send me the
Nolan. Yeah, that's not so good though. But
no,
it's good enough. But for flight sims, perhaps yes. Yes, yeah. Because it can do quite good headset tracking. Like the controllers are not so great and not so great track. But I think for this use case, they might even be good enough. Oh, you might have a great time in this.
Actually, this might be the
probably 60
wild
hertz is fine. It's fine as well for you.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Right, there's a few things about this headset that really excite me because for the flight sim use case scenario. I mean, 60 hertz. Does the panel flash much? Do you get much strobing at 60 hertz? Because if that's the case,
fine. Looks really good.
With Steam VR, I'd be able to go down to about 30 frames per second, which means I'd be able to hopefully get a lower motion reprojection.
Okay.
Which could be very interesting for that, and with those OLED blacks as well, and the form factor.
Oh, probably this is going to be amazing for night flights.
A bit good. It might be really good.
Oh no.
You know?
Really.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, you know, It's funny because when I'm gaming in VR, I only tend to spend about an hour and a half when I'm gaming. But if I'm flying in VR, I could be like 4 hours in VR.
Yeah.
So it's something of
and
that
and
form
then
factor.
and then this is really good because it's
Yeah.
just so light. You can really wear it like some glasses nearly. This is unbelievable how light this is. I love where this technology is going, you know? Like how small this is going to become, how light it is, and it's even not so pricey. And then really those black levels, they make a difference. But I must also say, so the blacks are great, but then the Aero still has more like popping colors, more like more brightness. You know, this is like a really bright headset if you want, right?
It is.
It's like really, really bright. It's super popping and stuff. So this is not like this. But yeah, wow. Micro OLED. Nice.
I think that's probably one of the reasons why the Aero looks so clear as well, because of those
Yeah,
colours.
you're right. You're right.
They're just like, whoa, in your face, you know.
You're right. Wow. I think
Yeah.
you're going to like it a lot, man. I'm just thinking like, yeah, you don't even need 90 FPS.
No, exactly.
Oh my God, this might be the thing
and I
for
think
flight simmers.
I think it's 75 hertz. You're near that native resolution. You're not, you're
Yeah.
quite near it, even at 75. So maybe even 75 might just be that sweet spot for it to be comfortable, but still have a acceptable frame rate with motion reprojection. So yeah, I honestly do feel that is going to be a wild card. It's going to be something that might disrupt everything that
let's
I've
see.
said over the channel this last year, but hopefully not, because it's confusing. You know, there's so many headsets out there, but this is a great time for VR.
Right,
And there's a headset for every single use case scenario. But for the price and the features of that thing, it's like, yeah, you can't ignore that.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that's right.
not.
But it's still not perfect, though, of course, because you know one thing. For example, okay, the audio comes out of like a little small speaker here. It's just on one side, which is not optimal. Okay, there's a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, though, so you can use your own.
That's good.
But then the cable comes out here, so you're wearing it, and the cable comes out here. So actually, for flight simmers, it's okay, I think, because you're sitting, you're not moving so much, right? But for people who want to play more like Half-Life Alyx, it's not so great to have the cable hanging here in your face, you know? It would have been much better if there was some kind of cable management that would put it to the back. But it's not. It's just a cable that comes out here, and probably you can really easily unplug it. So yeah, it is cool, but it's still not perfect, I must say. So
I suppose you could just get a clip, couldn't you, and just kind of clip it to the head strap.
Yeah, probably. You can
know.
also get some kind of L adapter, or how it's called, like to give this an angle. Yeah, right. You could. Agreed. There's still some workaround that you could do. Anyways,
because it's so light,
yeah,
you could wear a pair of wireless headphones and not even notice.
Right.
You know, and it
You
still would
could.
feel better than say a Quest. I would imagine it would still feel quite comfortable.
It's very light. That's the point. It's just super light. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to find out what you think. Probably, I have the feeling you might love it, man.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, whatever I think of it, it will go on the channel as I think. You know, I'll be very honest about it. But I am a little bit excited about it, to be honest, because of, I guess, the real core things that I love about VR, that what I find important about VR, are kind of there. It's cheap. It's very, very light. What's the comfort like on it in terms of sort of long? Have you played it? Have you used it for a long time?
Honestly speaking, I haven't used it for so long. And I think this part here, this part that connects to your face, is a bit thin.
Right.
So I can feel that more than in other headsets that have more comfort and which have like a better face padding. However, yeah, you could probably mod it somehow and you can make it more comfortable. But honestly speaking, because it's so light, actually you kind of forget that you're wearing it. Yeah, I think you're gonna like it.
Does it have pass-through or anything like
No.
that?
No, it doesn't have. No, this one, no. There's the other version, which has 4 cameras. This one will probably will have pass-through, but I have to find out once I review it here on the channel. But anyways, yeah,
cool.
it's something to definitely keep an eye on, and I'm looking forward to find out what you think about it. So it's in the mail. You will get it in the next few days, or what?
Yeah, it's definitely on its way, but I mean, it's coming from, I think, China, or somewhere. So I don't know. So
Okay.
it'll take a while to get here, but as soon as it's on as soon as it arrive, I'll put a little notification up, say I've got it, and hopefully I'll spend some time with it over a few days and sort of give you my sort of raw impressions of it, and then I'll test it out in sort of DCS and all the usual suspects, I suppose, and maybe a few games as well. But as I say, it's going to be interesting to see how it, sort of performs in a sort of simming environment where you sat down. That tracking isn't so essential to be amazing. I mean, like literally the Aero, you're supposed to use it with 2 base stations. I only have 1 base station, and it's plonked on top of my computer, and that's where it stays, which is really bad.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It tracks it really, really fine for what I'd use it for. So long as it's okay for that, that's going to be a good point as well. And you consider obviously the price of it, and the availability of it, and obviously things like, does it come with a decent guarantee? Is it going to last? What's the build quality like? Those kind of things are important as well.
It feels kind of cheapish. Yeah, because it's so light. Because it's so light,
Yeah, that makes
because
sense.
it's just like you don't think much of it when you unbox it. Well, you've probably seen my unboxing, like, okay, yeah, but it works. That's a cool thing. It worked directly. Like I plugged it in to my phone, and boom, I saw the picture quality, and boom.
I did watch that actually, and your reaction was so funny when you was watching you tried Netflix, I think.
Yeah, right.
That's the first thing I'm going to do, actually.
Wow. Yeah. And like I bought, unfortunately, the Vive Flow, the HTC Vive Flow.
Of course.
And then it cost like €549. And now my phone says, or the device says, yeah, you can't watch Netflix anymore because your phone, like I have like €1,000 Android phone, it doesn't support digital rights management. Great, right? Yeah. So I have like €1,100 phone, the Oppo Find 3 Pro, but I cannot watch Netflix with the HTC Vive Flow that I've just bought.
That's insane.
It's insane, right?
Oh my God.
That's it.
That's bad.
That's bad. And then this year, I plug it in and I directly can watch Netflix, and it even looks better than the Vive Flow.
Oh, facepalm.
No, really. Oh my God. It's like ridiculous. It's so sad.
It's because VR is moving at such an alarming rate that it seems like, I don't know, something else is coming out better all the time right now. And I don't know, it's an interesting time, and I think that does make a lot of headsets seem a little bit silly.
Yeah.
Overpriced.
Yeah, really.
I think a lot of people would really love that. Over say something like, it's a good question. Would you say it's sharper than the G2, the Reverb G2?
That's a good question. That's a tough one. But man, the thing is, those clear lenses here, they just make everything look super clear. I would say this has a better edge-to-edge clarity than the G2. And in terms of the picture quality, it has better blacks, and it also, you can't see screen door effect. Man, it seems like this is better.
I know.
If I'm being honest here, man. Shit.
I mean, I'm talking about this for the first time, and I'm kind of learning about it with you now.
Right.
And I'm surprised at myself for being so intrigued by it. I think I'm more excited about trying it now than I was before, because there's a lot of good things about it.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's this kind of micro OLED technology is so exciting. And I recently just learned something about why those lenses have not been used before, those pancake lenses, right? Because you would think like, okay, perfect. Why they're clear, there's no God rays, they're beautiful, right? Great edge-to-edge clarity. Why haven't they been used before? And somebody knowledgeable about it like commented on that on my channel and said like, you know what? It's because now finally those micro OLED displays can be used, and they are super small, and that's why those small pancake lenses can be used. If one wanted to use pancake lenses for the displays that we use on other headsets, those pancake lenses, they would be huge. like in order to make that happen, and that's why it couldn't happen. But with these micro OLED displays, that's why they can now finally use those pancake lenses in a in a size that is like doable in a headset. Oh my god.
Does it have like native software on it? When obviously if you
Yes.
plug it in, it does. So it has obviously
Yes.
some sort of portal or some
It
sort
has exactly. It
Yeah.
has. So it's some kind of Arpara software. You plug it in, and you install it. You start it. Then you plug in this thing, and it will say, "Okay, connected to the Arpara," and then your Steam VR starts, and then this is in the Steam VR, and then you go for it, and then you simply play any game. And you know what? The software feels good. Like it doesn't feel like bad or so. It just feels like good software. So I'm kind of surprised that this company comes out of nowhere and kind of like has a solution that feels so good. Oh,
What's their secret?
we have a new contender.
I know.
Wow, we say
hello.
hello here. Hello to Marco from New VR Tech. Thank you so much for joining. Marco, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm excited to be here. Thanks
Yeah.
for the invitation.
Yeah, of course.
See
You're
you,
welcome.
okay.
And cool that this worked so spontaneously. That's amazing.
I didn't even know anything about it.
yeah. Perfect. Yeah, let me introduce you to each other. So, Marco, this is Steve, VR FlightSim guy. You probably have seen him here on this show. And yeah, Steve, this is Marco, a fellow German VR content creator here from the same city. And he has a fantastic channel called New VR Tech. And
Awesome.
yeah.
I love the logo, by the way. It's so much better than mine, where you can't see it, but it's like a little plastic thing. That's how you do it on YouTube. That's very cool.
Yeah, exactly. I also
And
complimented
yours
him.
as well, yeah.
I also
Thank you.
complimented him on it. Yeah, cool, Marco. Perfect, perfect timing. We were just talking about this here, the Arpara, and Steve is kind of excited about it. What are your feelings about it?
Great. Yes, my feelings were quite good. I think the black levels are a really nice experience with this headset. And in my opinion, I'm really looking forward to the Steam VR Lighthouse module, because
You're right,
then
yeah.
I would like to try it with the full-fledged Steam VR PC VR experience, not only with the mirroring
right.
of the Android device.
Of course, you're right. But you know what? We were just talking with Steve about actually for flight simmers, they might be excited about it even right now, or even with the NOLA tracking, which is not so great for games like Half-Life Alyx. But if you're sitting only and you're just moving your head, actually it might be okay. And even with that 60 hertz that it can do right now, for flight sims, you don't reach 60 hertz. So
We
this
don't
might be
understand those kind of levels of frame rate. That's
yeah, right. So so this might be interesting.
What was the refresh rate with your mobile phone then? 60 hertz, right?
I think yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Because afterwards I've seen that it's not like 60 hertz with the G2. Like it's super.
Yes, it is.
How's it called? Yes, rolling, correct.
Yeah.
And no problem
Here,
with
no,
this
right?
headset.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's kind of a surprise headset for us. Anyways.
It's a great question. It's the first thing I asked as well, because if it is able to, be comfortable at 60 hertz, which is so low for VR, really, then obviously it lowers the frame rate for sort of sims as well. So that again is another positive for it, which is interesting.
Right. The logo is neat, says the VR pilot. Man,
Yes, it is. I love
Marco,
it.
yeah, the people love it. It's amazing.
I'm so pleased I've got a background. Otherwise I'd be really embarrassed by now.
Challenger has entered the match. I like it. Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Hello
Yeah.
to the audience.
Yeah, great that you're here. And you know what, Marco? Actually, Steve has also received the same software update about the Aero, and we have just talked about it before.
Oh, how is it for you, Steve?
It's really interesting. I'm quite surprised that me and Seb agreed on pretty much most points about, in fact, all the points. The field of view is definitely better, particularly vertically.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, which I had to kind of do a double take. I actually thought I was just imagining it, but it really is better. They've done a fantastic job with that. And also, particularly with sort of distortions as well, which I didn't actually talk about so much. They've improved it I mean, the thing is, when you're in the Varjo Aero or the VR3, after a while you get used to that distortion. Your brain compensates for it.
Yeah.
So I purposely sometimes go back to other headsets for quite a while, then go back. And that's what I did before that software update. And I thought, hang on, I was doing this, and I was thinking, this is so much better than it was before. They've done an amazing job for such a, for this particular point in the software as well, which is still in beta. So it just bodes well for the future of the software when it matures even more, But yeah,
Really
very
nice.
positive, I think, really.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything negative to say about the software, to be fair.
Yeah, one thing, yes, and I know it's going to bug Marco a lot.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then the thing is, in how beautiful it was in the Varjo software that next to the different kind of quality settings, they set exactly the resolution, right? That's
Yes.
gone now.
That's gone. Okay. But you know what? There's a support document on Varjo's homepage where at every stage, like highest, there's the resolution
Okay. You can
mentioned.
still look it up
so
or what? Okay,
it's even
okay.
better than, of course, I have to say it, than HTC's documentation, because today I've tried
The
my
HTC Slayer is
Yes,
back here
it's
in the
back.
room.
I've received my RM8, my repaired Pro 2. It's the second time now, and
It broke. Oh my
no,
goodness.
that it's not broke. It's broken by design. That's
Well,
that's the
yes, I
right
agree
term,
with
yes.
that. I agree
Great.
with you on that one.
And I've sent it to HTC now the second time. The first time because of the vertical scan lines and the buzzing noise in the headphones. And the buzzing noise is gone, so they definitely fixed that problem. So I can definitely say to everyone in the audience that when you have the buzzing noise, don't live with it. That's no feature. You have to get fixed. That's have to get fixed. And then the vertical scan lines, I found out that this is a software problem. Definitely, it's like a firmware update. From which is published by Steam or through SteamVR, and after the first replacement, I've got a new mainboard in the Pro 2. I've got a repair document where
okay.
they mentioned that I've got a new mainboard. The new mainboard had the old firmware, so a little
Okay.
bit strange, but
Yeah.
they haven't made the update to the mainboard, and the problem was gone as before, as we have bought the Pro 2. So then, of course, I've made the firmware update, and it was back. The problem was back with the vertical scan lines.
Oh no.
So I reached out again to HTC. Hey, HTC, I know now what's the problem. It's your new firmware update. Okay, send me logs, blah blah blah. I've sent them logs and logs and logs, and now I've got my Pro 2 back again. They have said they've fixed the problem, but they haven't, because they haven't changed the mainboard this time. They changed again the lenses, the cameras, the cables. It's ridiculous, and because of the fact that they haven't changed the mainboard again, it's still the current firmware with the bug. So HTC isn't aware of its device.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And yeah,
Wow.
I
Yeah.
just told them that I cannot watch Netflix on the Vive Flow anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another point for the Arpara again. But I was just going to
Yeah,
ask,
the
actually,
Arpara,
Marco,
that here works. Yeah.
did you find that the Vive Pro 2 got quite hot, over even say after half an hour? It just kind of, for me personally, when I tried it, I just struggled to have it on for any more than about 45 minutes to an hour, because I just found the thing got so hot. And for me personally, I think it's the design is exactly the same as the original Vive, but they've got the different lenses, which are going to cause more heat. So there's not enough ventilation. And for me personally, that was a big issue. But whether you've had that at all.
I hear that very often, and I think you're right. That's maybe the reason why they have introduced the auto brightness. They lower the brightness automatically, I think, because of the heat. But you can
That makes
turn it
sense.
off, and when you turn it off, it's even more more warmer in this headset. For me personally, I don't have a problem with that, but
Me neither, actually.
But I can confirm that many of my viewers as well have told me that the heat is a big problem for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right. The theory that's because of the old HMD design, it's quite good because they haven't changed it. They haven't
Exactly.
They haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, they did put those bad lenses in it.
I know they did change the cushion for the ear. The what do you call them? Integrated audio. The cushion is different. So that was one thing.
But
the sound is still bad.
Yeah, it's still bad. It's so tinny, isn't it? I don't understand why, because the speakers seem pretty meaty, but when you hear it, it's
you can even change
firmware?
it. You can even change it with some software. But then why don't they do it? Why do we have to get some software to change the equalizing? I don't get it.
I think that the speakers are capable of it.
No, actually, I think they're okay, honestly speaking. But it could be better.
It's very subjective.
Yeah, exactly. This topic is This topic is like, yeah.
But anyways, sorry, I it was not my.
No, it's great that you're here now. Okay. We're now talking about HTC.
Yes.
No, because what I'm really wondering is at some point they came up with those new lenses, right? They thought like, okay, let's make a new headset, and then they must think, okay, let's make the best headset possible. Obviously, right? That's what companies would do. But then at one point, they must have looked through them, and they must also have seen that it is full of God rays and it's a small sweet spot, right? And in that moment, I don't understand. Isn't there a person who says, that's not good enough, let's redo it? This part.
I think it was the moment when they have realized that the Cosmos tracking is bad. It was the same moment.
Yeah, exactly. Or the same person who thinks like, oh yeah, that works. That is pretty good. Yeah. That is pretty good stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's interesting, and yeah, the new Aero software is cool, and I'm looking forward to show it to you one fine day again, Marco, just to have you look at it and see the improvements. It's cool. It's really great to see that they are working on it, that there's real progress.
I think by the time it gets to market, the software is going to be really sorted out. I think the only thing that I am concerned about is the chromatic aberration. I hope that they're able to sort that out a bit more. I think that's the only thing I can say about sort of, in terms of, and obviously motion reprojection, that needs to be implemented better. But they'll get there with it. I really do feel they will.
I have one question for you, Marco. If you were not a YouTuber, a VR YouTuber, would you still buy the Aero for €2,400? Because you have ordered it.
It's difficult to say. I think yes. It's not only because I'm a YouTuber, but I think when I would not be a YouTuber, I would not use VR as often as I do now. So maybe then my decision would be different. You know?
Yeah.
So only because of the fact I'm a YouTuber, I use VR very often and with the community and so on. So maybe that would be different. But when I would use VR as often as I use it now, but when I'm not a YouTuber, then sorry, then I would buy it. Yes, because I really like it. I'm looking forward to receive it. I would like to ask you, Steve, is it your daily driver now, the Aero?
Absolutely yes. Every time I use the sim, it's always the Aero, if I'm honest. I mean, I use the Reverb G2 still because it's good for my channel, and I do love that headset. And I appreciate that not everyone's going to be able to afford a headset like that. But if it was just my own preference, I wasn't a YouTuber, almost the same question, I just had one headset, it would be the Aero. It absolutely would.
If you had the money. I mean, right in general, or if it was not about money.
Yeah, I live in an airfield, so I don't actually have a house.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it would, honestly, no question, because I'm so pleased that you have experienced it, Marco, and the fact that you've pre-ordered it says everything, in my opinion. I think people who really want that clarity, want that display, they will understand if they experienced it. It's just like there's nothing else out there. I do feel I'm going to stick my neck out and say that even when the Pimax 12K QLED comes to the scene, it'll be amazing if it happens. I'm sure it'll be great, but it won't have the clarity of the Aero. I don't.
Marco, you also have some thoughts and opinions about the Pimax 12K QLED. Is it going to come out in Q4 2022?
Yeah.
Long pause.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is really realistic here now with what Pimax have presented in their presentation. So there are two facts.
But they're very confident about it, like in
Yes.
the presentation.
You mean
Like
the presentation?
the presentation,
which was delayed by 2 hours?
Yeah,
because of
and you were
encoder
live
settings?
streaming it. Yeah.
Correct. Or
You
do
were
you
live
mean the
streaming it.
presentation where there are white closed caption on a white background?
Yeah, this
You
one.
mean that?
Both, the same
okay.
one.
This one, okay. Then I'm really confident that this will not happen.
Okay.
That the Pimax 12K QLED will be released as a gift, like when you have enough Pimax at home, you just get it for free. I think. So
Yeah, right,
it's,
right.
It's so ridiculous. No, to be honest, the time Q4 2022 is not realistic.
It's too
And at
close.
the same time, the headset itself, the HMB itself, it's really, oh man, this spec it's our vision, like day
Yeah,
one.
our
We
dream,
want
yeah.
this headset.
That's true.
So it's so bad that they play with our mind
With
and
our
our
feelings.
wishes, with our feelings. Yeah, I'm really. That's
Oh.
my opinion. Yeah,
Hurts.
it hurts.
Really
That because there are so many. I've read so many comments. Oh, that's not so unrealistic, Marco. They say.
Okay.
It could be possible. It could be possible. No, of course not.
Yeah.
But when they do, I would say okay. Then it's okay that I was not right, because then we
Yeah.
have the heaven on earth.
I totally agree. I also think so. Yeah. I would be happy if they proved me wrong with my
Sure.
skepticism. You know,
Sure.
like as much as I'm
Like
as
HC.
we're as much as we're skeptic here right now, and like openly don't say that we don't think it's going to happen. If it happens, we'll be the first to congratulate them and to say sorry, right, Marco?
Yes, I will be
Wearing the
first.
thing.
Yes,
I was wrong with a shocked face.
Yeah,
correct.
exactly. Yeah, so that's that's going to be so interesting to find out what happens. And I would really want to know if people really buy the Pimax 8KX now because they think in
They
Q4
do.
2022
I've read it on my Discord.
they will
So,
get it.
yeah.
They will get the price kind of like
People on my Discord
Waved.
server have written
Okay.
exactly this, that they will do this. Yes.
that is kind of surprising, right? But anyways, no, that was wrong. I want to show this one. This is the part that I am feeling really like skeptic about it, because they so confidently say that the new Pimax 12K QLED has these new lenses and there are no distortions, right? No distortions, but you have like an FOV that is now human, or like it's 20
210?
degrees
Don't
shy
forget-
of human.
Don't forget to mention the 200 hertz panel.
Right.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah, right, right.
I'm reliving that presentation again now. I'm like, what?
Yeah, right, right.
Crazy.
Oh, and the XR2 chip, of course,
Right, right,
and the and the wireless capability.
right.
Okay.
And also like the console, this kind of mini PC which
Sure.
can automatically drive everything. Yeah, anyways, but no
And the
distortion.
Pimax
No.
OS, yes.
No distortion, exactly. No distortion. Human field of view, still candid displays. Wow, I'm very much looking forward to that headset. And again, if they deliver that, I'll be the first to say on my channel, like, okay, Pimax, you have shown it to me. I was wrong. I shouldn't have been so skeptic. anyways, yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen. We'll
It
find
is.
out, right? CES 2022.
This whole by saying Q4, they can put a date on it. That's 2022, which sounds way better than 2023, and they only have to move it like a month or so. And then it's suddenly another year. So, in terms of how you think, so I think it's almost the marketing for it was interesting. How it was really late next year, but it sounds good because it's just literally next year.
Yeah.
And that bionic display, that the whole aspheric lenses and Fresnel lenses thing.
No compromises, both in one. Are you kidding me? Of course.
I don't.
Pimaxians don't have to choose.
But I will say though that in all seriousness though, the 8KX I've got is bloody fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, you see, it's like, so some people really have no problems with it. Like Marco and me, we've been talking about that on our German channels. That for lots of people, they have the feeling something's off, but some people really enjoy it, right, Marco? Some people really enjoy it,
and I respect that, of course.
Absolutely.
In the chat was a comment. I have no problems with the Pro 2. I believe that's not.
Yeah.
I would say that's not true. It's
Exactly.
just our personal opinion and experience with those kind of headsets, and the experience with a little bit of economy. It's not possible. I think that this announced headset will come with this price, and even with this offer to trade in, without the need to trade in the old headset,
Or
to
they
get
have
this discount.
Or they have found a way to just get like lots of money. Probably they're sitting on lots of money. Who knows? I have no idea. Because if it really was like this headset that they've announced, and you get it nearly for free by buying an 8KX now and then trading it in, or I don't know. It's just, let's say like this, it doesn't get boring with Pimax. Right?
Yes, that's right.
That's for sure. There's always something interesting to talk about.
I think secretly they're Italian. I really do. I think that they're just a crazy Italians. Because just the way they market everything and their ideas.
Italians? Why Italians?
Because Italians are just so passionate and crazy and like full of life.
Yeah, they are.
But they're kind of, their passion sometimes gets the better of them, and I just like that.
Yeah.
It just feels like we need them. We need Pimax in the VR
We
space.
need Italians.
But yeah, we need that crazy VR developer in the space. But let's just be careful with the money we spend as well. Let's just see what happens.
That's a good point. Point.
My opinion about this presentation is like this would be the perfect vision, perspective for a company to work on the best headset. But I don't think that this will be a product in the near 5 years, like they have presented in the presentation with those features for this price. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's wow. I don't know what to say. Anyways, we'll find out more about it on CES 2022 very soon. What is now? Now is the 20th of November. Yeah, very soon. Very, very soon we'll get to see something. Yeah, anyways, there was the topic about, there were the hardware topics. Marco, I wanted to ask you, do you actually play flight sims?
No, I've tried it only once. I don't really know why, but now I want to go back because I think the update was released with the motion controls in FlightSim.
Right, we talked about this before today.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
and I'm interested to test it. Okay,
maybe wait until the next hotfix because it's a bit of a mess at the moment.
Oh, okay.
They'll get to it, I'm sure, very soon, probably the next week. But yeah, just at the moment, you'll just get really annoyed and get frustrated because everything's broken right now. But yeah, they'll get there.
Also, Marco, since you have pre-ordered the Aero, do you have any idea when actually they're going to send out the first Aeros? Is it still end of December or has that changed? Do you have any information about that?
I have information. I can show you what I have. One moment, please.
Yeah, show us what you have. Yeah, we're still here for the people in the audio podcast who are wondering why there's no audio anymore.
He's paused.
Yeah, short pause for Marco to show us what he has.
It's good the way it's paused on him. Like, he looks good like that. If it would have been me, I'd have pulled a funny face or something. Oh, he's gone.
Oh no.
Pi Max has entered the chat. That's something.
Oh, funny.
I'm sure you'll get him back in a moment.
Yeah.
Maybe he probably pressed the wrong button. So
Yeah, perhaps could be. Hopefully, he's going to come back. But you know what? We both have the same provider, internet provider, and we're in the same city, and we're both using Vodafone. And unfortunately, like our internet connection is not stable.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm off, and then he's off, and it sucks. Yeah. Hopefully, this is going to work out again.
Oh God, we didn't even talk about Medal of Honor. Actually,
Yeah, we're going. Yeah. Do you still have a moment to talk about it?
Yeah. Fine,
Still okay. Yeah, probably let's wait a moment.
Yeah, cool.
Before probably he's.
But it's an interesting, like with Pi Max, because is he back?
Is it Vodafone or is it?
Yes, it is. I'm on cellular now. Sorry.
Oh no,
sorry.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
I'm just going to nip off for a second. I'll be back in. I'm just going to go to.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay, I can share this post.
Okay. What are you going to show us now?
The Reddit post.
Okay.
I have here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, so I was asking Bestware here, like as I did with the Pro 2, if they have any information about order dates and delivery dates, and they have answered 11 days ago that without breaking any NDAs we have signed with the manufacturer, it is safe to say that the first units of Varjo Aero are likely to arrive with us end of December, more likely in January. So it's very, I think it won't be shipped in 2021, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yes.
But anyways, end of December, beginning of January. That's okay. I mean, that's not so far away, right? It's still okay.
Exactly. It's not like they have promised something they cannot fulfill.
Right. So it's not so far away. And I think with the Aero, it will be worth it again to try the Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've recently done it here, and then I really tried it. Like I really went through the tutorials, and I really used that flight stick, and it was just so good. It was just so good, and it's fascinating. I mean, we both are fascinated by the technology, right? But it's just so good. All right, here we are again with the Steve. Perfect. Yeah, let's get to our last topic for today. And the last topic is Medal of Honor on the Quest 2. It has recently launched on Quest as a cross-buy title, so you can buy it now for $40 and euros and probably also pounds. And it is cheaper than before. When it came out, it cost $60. And, well, it came out with kind of like mixed reviews. And actually, it got some shitstorm, I would say. And I personally was surprised about that because I really enjoyed it, even though I know it's not perfect. But I don't think it deserves that shitstorm that it got. Now it comes out on the Quest 2. It's still a 45 gigabyte game. Before it was like 150 gigabyte on the PC. And again, it's cross-buy. You can buy it for 40 and then you can play it on your Quest 2. But also you can play the PC version if you want. And yeah, before I talk about my experiences with the game, I would like to ask Marco, did you have the time now to play it? I know that you bought it, but you hadn't played it yet.
No, but I've heard of a lot of experience on my Discord again. So Stargrove, you know Stargrove as well, and some other people on my Discord, they have played it like 3 times this week, so they really like it, and I think that this release and the feature of cross-buy is really pushing this game now. But in my opinion, the only thing which is missing is the cross-play feature. I don't.
Unfortunately, you're right.
Yes, I really don't like it. But I think that's the price we have to pay because like games with games like Onward were so downgraded on the PC VR version. I think only because of the cross-play feature. Like when you play Medal of Honor on the Quest, sometimes in the single player, for example, sometimes you don't even have the trees there. So it's like a totally different game with these features. And in a multiplayer, that would be not good when someone has a tree in front of of the field and someone not.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But anyways, the people on your Discord enjoyed it. Like that.
Yes.
That is what. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, you didn't have the time yet to play it, but you already bought it. Do you have a 64 gigabyte Quest like me, or do you have like a?
Yes, I had to factory reset my Quest 2 because
yeah, exactly.
yes, it was not possible to me to delete everything from the Quest because I have Beat Saber mods and custom songs on it, and there's so much stuff in folders where I have no access on the device itself, so I cannot delete everything manually, so I had to factory reset my Quest 2. And also my Resident Evil 4 save games now gone. Yes.
Oh yeah, that sucks. There's no cloud saves yet, right? Implemented there. That's
no, it's broken. They have, but they have published a new version of a cloud save or new. Yeah, it's like a new feature. I don't know, new SDK, something like that. And games from now on can use this new SDK,
exactly.
and I hope it will work like SteamVR now.
Okay. Yeah, I really hope so too. That would be much better. That makes so much sense. Yeah, for me, I also have the 64 gigabyte version, as I told you before on your channel. Well, you can do this again. For me, it's like I deleted all my games, and then I tried to install the Medal of Honor 2, but it still didn't fit on it, right? Because the reason is, since I take quite a few screen recordings, I had to discard them too. And that was okay because I had already used them for my videos, right? But I had to discard them too, and then it does work and it fitted. But now it's basically a Medal of Honor 2 machine, and that's it. I can play it, and that's it. Yeah. Anyways, Steve, did you have the chance to play it?
Well, the only time I've played it, obviously, was the when it was first released, the sort of full fat PC version of it.
Right.
When it was like about a terabyte. No, it was about 100 gig, wasn't it? Or something?
150, yeah, it was big.
Was it 150? Wow.
Yeah, I think yes, yeah.
I think some of that's down to poor optimization on their part because the textures don't warrant, in my opinion, that amount of crazy, because I mean, I never thought even on the PC it didn't look that amazing. It looked nice. It
looked good. Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't think it was that incredible. But can I just say what a remarkable achievement for this to be on the Quest 2.
Really, it really is. Really, I totally agreed.
What is it, like 150 gigs down to about, 40 odd?
45
gigs? That's incredible. And I have seen some gameplay of it, and it looks fantastic, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it's like, obviously, to play. I haven't tried it, but it just, considering this is just a mobile chip, in VR as well, I just think that's quite an achievement.
That's the point. Really, that's really the point.
Yeah.
So I've played it, and yes, of course, I can see that the resolution is not as good as when I played it on my Reverb G2. That makes sense, right? It looked perfect on the Reverb G2, but it looks good. It looks really great for a Quest 2 game, and it's just so unbelievably amazing. we made that gag before, Marco, when you were not there yet. That I'm going to make a thumbnail.
Yeah,
for
honestly,
the next Quest update. We're talking about this. Quest update 63 is amazing. And I'm going to make it happen. It's going to be so much fun.
You've said it now live. You've got to do it.
I will do it. It's going to be. This is going to be my most viewed video. I know it already. Yeah. Anyways, it's really an achievement to put this huge PC VR game into that little device that you wear on your head and that you can bring anywhere, and you can play hours and hours if you have some battery pack. You can play hours and hours and hours, and the feeling when playing the game, even though it is not the full fidelity of the graphics, the feeling is the same. It's just a fun shooter. It's a really fun shooter that brings you to a lot of different places, and it does have its shortcomings. I don't want to not talk about the shortcomings. Like, yes, it has a slow start. Yes, you cannot pick up everything that you see like in Half-Life Alyx, and it's still the same, right? But overall, it really is a fun shooter that brings you to so many different places. And it's just fun. And for me, I had this feeling like, okay, I need to play one more level to see what's next, because it brings you to so many different places. And then you're in a submarine, and then you're flying, and then suddenly you are on a mountain and you need to ski down. And yes, okay, probably for some people, they wanted the perfect game, and $60 or euros was too expensive for it. But now, to have that game compressed into a Quest 2, yes, for $40.
Exactly.
And even if you have a PC, you can still play it, the PC version, right? With Revive or so. And you can have that better graphics if you want and still play it on your Quest 2, like with Airlink.
With Airlink, correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it has cross-buy, you don't even need Revive. Yes.
You're right, exactly. You don't even need Revive. If you have the Quest 2, you can. Obviously, you have it. You wouldn't have bought it. Then for the Quest 2, it's great. So you can have that perfect fidelity if you want from your computer, if you have a beefy computer, and that is so cool. So amazing achievement. And from my side, if you are thinking about getting a great shooter on your Quest 2, you can absolutely go for it. And really, don't believe the hate. Really, it's too much. Sometimes the internet is wrong with things, right?
Yeah, totally. Well said.
Yeah, like sometimes it's just like it's too much.
I think they were so ambitious with this game, like compared to any other sort of story-driven, full-on first-person shooter for VR. They were very ambitious. Like you say, some of the scenes, 1 minute, you're skiing, and then you're on the back of a motorbike, if I can talk, trying to, get a train, and then the train blows up and it's all there.
Yeah.
And then you're in this amazing sort of environment. I just
cool
think
set pieces.
There's so many, that's it, set pieces, and what they've done there with it, it's very ambitious. Sometimes it falls down a little bit clunky on the controls, but overall, for what they tried to do, very impressive.
Exactly, and I'd like to comment on a comment here from Datenschutz. Compress is the key word. I don't think it looks good on Quest. Yes, of course, it does not look as good as on the PC, but for people without a PC, it's the only way that they can play this game. And I think it's more important to have a good game and not good visuals. And
but really, the visuals look good, in my opinion. Okay, it really depends on the person. Probably Datenschutz just doesn't like how it looks, because he has seen the PC
because
one.
he has a PC.
Right. Okay.
Sure.
That's the thing.
I don't think that someone who has only the Quest 2 for $299 and no PC at all, they will love it. Of course, they will never say, "Oh, it looks shit."
No,
because they will know what they have on this device only.
Right. Yes. And they will not even think it looks bad. They will think like, okay, this is like one of the best looking games, in my opinion. Right? There's not so many good looking stuff there, but I really think it looks really good. And
like, this is something I've learned, and I've actually learned this myself recently, and that, I'm a PC graphics whore, okay? I love graphics. But it doesn't actually matter so much in VR. And I've learned that recently with some of the games I've been playing, like Resident Evil 4. it actually looks amazing in VR. And the reason why is because you're in that environment.
that's the thing.
Even
Exactly.
walkabout golf, for God's sake, it's just
Yeah.
blocks and Lego land, but I'm in that Lego land. So whatever you are in, you are totally immersed within that environment. I think that's the key why it doesn't matter so much about graphics. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's something I have learned
And
recently.
often I think that games which look like cartoonish or something they are better for me than games who try to be realistic or look realistic, because even with the best PC game like flat game, it doesn't look realistic. It's still a game. It does not look
the
like
uncanny
the reality.
valley.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
makes sense.
We cannot get too close to the
Exactly.
to the reality yet.
So then I will rather love the games that look like a different reality, because I believe this reality. Then I'm in this reality.
Yeah, that makes
Yes.
total sense. Yeah.
That makes
Totally get that.
absolutely sense. That makes absolutely sense. And we did talk about Resident Evil before with Steve, and Marco, you also love it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know it already, but just to tell the international audience.
I love it.
Yeah, good.
Have you,
Good that we
Marco,
talked about it.
have you played? Did you play Resident Evil before? Or
No.
playing it on the Quest? That's good to know.
You're the
Yes,
same. You're the same then.
I thought I was the only person in the world who's never played it before, so that's good to know.
No, because I think when was it released? 2004 or 5? I
Yeah,
don't know
it was a long
exactly.
time. Yeah, it was
Yes.
during the glory days of the 3D graphics card, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When it came a thing, and there was like all these games coming out,
Like
and,
GameCube and
yes,
stuff.
and I felt that feeling, but like I was suddenly morphed into the game. It was so cool. It's
Nice.
great.
Yeah, really
I
cool.
think the only thing I don't like about it is those silly controller movements you have to do in the cutscenes. You kind of have to do this.
Yeah.
It's a bit bizarre, but
It's bizarre, but I think
get
it's a
why.
nice way they have implemented, because it's a big part of the game.
Yes.
Like in every Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. You have to suddenly push a button, and then you will die the first time, and then you concentrate in these
Yes.
scenes that you have to push a button. I really like it. Sebastian,
Yeah.
do you like
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4?
Oh, I haven't had the time to
Oh.
play it yet. No,
Oh,
I
you've
know.
got to do it. Yeah,
I have
it's
to
great.
do it, yeah. But this is like one thing that I can play from the Resident Evil, because it's not, it's not like so spooky.
No,
this
it's
is
not.
And I played it already before on the GameCube
Good.
when I was younger.
There is there's a few bits in it where I'll be like, whoa, that's just like, oh my God. Don't play that late at night before bed. But apart from
Okay.
that,
Don't say it to
Okay, don't tell
Sebastian.
me. Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
not too bad. But it
right.
is like, yeah, interesting.
But if it would help you, I can try the new Aero update in one room, and you can play
then-
Resident
then-
Evil 4 in the other room,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're
that
not
sounds
alone.
good.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds good.
Just shout if you like.
Yeah, but then I would probably like feel afraid that you're like gonna scare me or something, you know?
Now I have the idea. Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I think we're through with our topics. So I would like to thank Marco for spontaneously coming onto the show and joining us. That was really cool. And
Thank you.
yeah, your premiere here on the Next Dimension podcast.
Please come again. It was great
Yeah,
to meet you,
exactly.
actually.
It's going to be cool. And
Yes, I mean, you can hear my English is not as fluent as your English, but it's no problem for me
I
when
think
it's
people
not
understand
not
you.
a problem for you.
yeah, no.
And I would be happy to join again, of
Yeah,
course. Thank
perfect.
you.
Marco, your English is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm the one here who only speaks
Yeah.
one language. You guys are amazing how you can speak natively and English as well. I'm the one who's embarrassed here for that. So never apologize for that. Please
Okay.
never.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Steve.
man. Okay, cool. Yeah. Also, of course, thanks to Steve for being here so often, and thanks for everyone who is watching today's Season 2, Episode 16 of the Next Dimension podcast. If you enjoyed this show, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet rated us on the podcast app, on the iTunes podcast app, then do that now. So simply grab your iDevice and find the Next Dimension podcast and give us a 5-star rating if you enjoy the show. And other than that, I have to tell you that next week I won't be here. Next week there won't be a show, so you have to do something else, and then we'll see each other the week afterwards. All right, that's it for this show. Until then, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye, thanks.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. We're still online, and
You do the same thing
the
here.
same thing like in the German channel, but here in this show, I don't read out the names like in the German version. Steve, that went very well, right? We thought we would only make like 1 hour of show.
I know, it's so funny. I was like, well, we'll just have a chat and see how it goes, and then literally it's now like 20 to 11. Well, or even later for you guys. Really, really cool show. Just very relaxed, and
exactly.
I always say it, when it's VR, and just I think there's this commonality between us all, this sort of bond between
so
VR
cool.
people. It's just easy
to
chat about it.
Exactly. It's fun that we are finally able to talk about these topics, right? We can't talk about these topics with our partners. I mean, I don't know how it's about you, Steve. I know that Marco and me, like our better halves, they give a nothing about VR. How about your
She does. She's one of those. She doesn't spend a lot of time in VR, but whenever she does, she absolutely loves it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's what I say to her. Why don't you just use it more?
That's amazing.
I will. And then another week
Nice.
goes by. Then she does finally use it, and she's like, "This is incredible. I want to do this more." And then I guess it's just time and things, and just. But like she tried the Aero. In fact, I might put a video on my channel.
Do it.
Like a funny thing of her reaction to the Aero, and she's like, "No way, this is just unbelievable." And she was just, and she was in Microsoft Flight Simulator for an hour. Flying.
What?
Yeah. So
Nice.
I mean, so she
That's
loves
cool.
VR, but she can take it or leave it. Not unlike me, which is like it's everything to me. So it's just like,
Right. That makes
but
sense.
she's very supportive, and
That's
it's
perfect.
I think
So,
I can remember that the G2 was too big for the head of your girlfriend.
Yes,
wasn't
well, I remembered.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
couldn't fit.
yeah.
She's got such a small head, bless her, like really small.
It's
And
not her
IPD
fault, to be honest.
No,
It's-
of course not. And no, IPD is like 58, and this is interesting. The Aero is the first headset that she can wear for a long time.
That's good.
With no eye strain at all.
Nice.
Good.
And she can wear it on her head because it actually fits her head as well, which helps. So,
Okay.
yeah,
So Marco, can you put the Aero when you have it on your girlfriend, or will she say like, no, go away with that stuff?
I I could be happy when she asked how it is for me.
Okay. I got
So
it.
I was living. I was in the living room with her before I came to the show here.
Yeah.
And we watched a movie, and after that I've put the podcast on the TV, and
cool.
then I said, I will ask Sebastian if I should come, and
It worked.
when I left the living room, I had the show. The show was still playing on the
Yeah,
on the
right.
TV, and
Okay.
I bet that when I left, yes, she
In the moment, like,
immediately
okay.
turned the
Really?
TV off. Then yes,
And listen, watches
She
it.
doesn't even want to watch you on television. What's
Aw.
going Oh my goodness, so fun. Yeah, good. Great. So that's it for today's show. It was really a cool show. Thanks again for coming, and thanks again for everyone watching. Thanks again for the 5 stars that I see here in the chat. Lots of
Wow.
people
Cool.
are giving us only 4 stars here, Lars, I think. Yeah, anyways. With the 5th star, exactly. Anyways, thanks so much for watching this. And you know what? Like, YouTube, they don't support long form content. They're not going to tell people to watch this show. So, therefore, we rely on you to tell people about the Next Dimension podcast. So, if there's any of your friends who likes VR and they ask, I don't know what to watch, what should I watch? To just tell them, go for the Next Dimension podcast because this is a good show, I think. So that would be great.
It is.
Right. So spread the word. Spread the word about the Next Dimension podcast so people can watch this show. All right. That is everything that we get for this show. And we're looking forward to see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.